Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode with us, Ginton Dice. Welcome.
Hey.
Welcome back, everybody. No new announcements as always,
As you can see, we don't.
and that's it. Nothing else.
You're it.
Exactly. So why don't we just hop right back into this? So, where you guys last left off? After returning back to Storm Fair and resting there for the night after your travels, the next day received a ambush from Aeth's sister, who was doing bombardments, if you will, from a distance, and you guys being attacked by these entities that resembled something. Hi. Go. That resembled something back at the Coliseum way back then. You guys defeated them, checked the area, and couldn't find any clues about Lily's location. There, you guys had a talk with Aeth, and him coming to a understanding that he thinks it might be better for him to stay with his family and try to kind of fix some of the problems between his family that's already there, in hopes that things can get better, and who knows what will pretty much be in the future for Aeth as he departs from you guys. The rest of you, after having an ally leave, turn your gazes to Ares Gate, where you guys will start to take flight, heading there, if I'm correct on that, if that's what you guys were still doing.
Do we really?
We're gonna fly to Aztec
I'm
and
just saying,
fight.
what if we turn the exact opposite direction and go the other way?
But we've been there already.
But what if we go farther?
There's no dragon there.
How do you know?
So DM said so.
You believe everything the DM says?
No.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway. Okay, we're back. We're back in. We're back in.
I cast Finger of Death on Cole's character.
One.
The current.
Well, Aeth's not
Yeah,
around
that
here
is.
anymore, so.
Oh, that dang.
So anyways,
But we went to sleep last, I remember.
let's see.
That's where I left off in the notes. Was we made it back to Raqqa, and then we sent a message to her. We ended up having a good night, going out to the fighting bar.
Oh yeah, that
and
is
then
right.
At the end of the day, we went to sleep.
Yes. So I believe.
Because I asked if they allowed walk-ins, and you said no.
Yeah. So I believe you guys are waking up on the 19th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Correct.
That usually
According
tends.
to my notes, that should be correct.
I usually
One
have
more
it up.
day, and we'll be at 100 days together in the campaign. Except
So.
for Cole's character.
I had to follow your footsteps and changing my characters.
Are we doing applications?
Hopefully
I mean, I
yours
guess-
wasn't due to as traumatic of a life event.
Should we, what, are we gonna do tryouts in Ares Gate when we get there?
That's a
You
good
wanna
idea.
do them here? I mean, there's a lot of fighters here, if I remember.
Yeah, but I
Do
mean,
you
do we
want
really?
someone strong, like a tank? Because we have never really had one of those.
But aren't you a tank? like a really small one.
I'm sorry.
That was great. No, that was wonderful. I take psychic damage for that.
Sure.
1d6.
I'm requesting it because I deserve it for forgetting that I'm supposed to be the tank.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, I deserve that.
Oh. It would have been better if just like you would have just went with him like I am.
Yeah, Garbu would be like, "What? I'm
I
supposed to
mean,
be the tank?"
I knew
it's
it
also-
wasn't you because I saw your face. I knew it was not in character. I was like, oh, he just forgot he's
yeah.
playing a tank.
No, yeah.
Nah, bro. He does not realize Garbu has 23 AC.
that was funny.
22.
Sorry.
He's trying though to get to that.
Oh
Let's
my
try.
God. No, I would love to be at like 30. 100%.
Yeah, and then Joe's gonna be like, "Hey, throw me a saving throw." Like,
Oh, yeah.
It would just be saving throws for you for
I
nonstop.
cast Blur, and he literally only threw saving throw stuff at me. I didn't get anything else. I'm like, what's the point of Blur? Nothing. I mean, when I say nothing, I went down with Blur active. Because I had rolled like 6 in a row. I was like,
I think I
Like-
only took damage really from saving throw stuff.
I
I
was
think
like,
he
bro.
missed me with his claws and tail. I think it was the flapping his wings that got me, wasn't it?
You guys
Yeah.
play League, right? Some of you play League or
Yeah.
have. I was
Uh,
tilted. If you know what I
Oh
mean.
my.
I was just sitting here like, if I come back up, I am not doing anything. I'm just
you were
gonna
like,
feed.
you're like off my fucking chair.
I'm running it
You're
down
running-
mid,
I'm
right?
gonna run it down mid.
I was so tilted. I was like, no way, dude.
This is.
That was the same
I
fight.
feel like-
Garbu stepped out of the way, and I couldn't save him. Because
It's
Looking
only
at
been a
him.
week, right? Because it feels like it's been a month.
It's only been a week.
Okay.
now that Ace
Yeah.
dead, I mean, separated.
Okay. We can play this, right? We know what we're doing,
Mhm.
right?
Are we doing interviews or?
I mean,
Oh, looks like Forge is having that issue again where it
I-
continually fails.
we can
Oh,
see if
boy.
there's some random loser wants to join our band of cool boys.
Should we
And me.
ask Prime if she knows anyone?
No.
Should we ask Prime if she wants to join us?
Yes.
No, I mean,
Abandon
we
her
kind of
training and come with us as the
we
new
kind of
member
cool.
of our
With,
group?
we kind of cool with Prime instead.
Yeah, replace
Yeah.
Eighth with Prime. We should just go ask her.
That's
mean,
a
that feels
huge
I mean,
upgrade.
Why
oh,
would
well,
we have a reason to ask anyone else except for Prime? We trust her.
I
She
look
has
over
infinity
Clarence's
more
shoulder to
eyes
see if
than
I
he
see
has.
8. No, I think Prime's like, oh no, I want to continue the 5 times training
yesterday
that she
Prime
won.
said, yeah, that she was busy training and couldn't eat with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, she won 5 times training, remember? Because she took all our training.
How about this? We'll go into a random house and point at somebody and ask them if they want to do it.
Okay, I just walk up to a random house and I knock on the door.
Yeah, we already picked up the money, right?
I
Yeah.
believe so,
Yeah.
yes.
And I'm walking up to a random house and knocking on the door.
Oh my god.
So you walk out of the inn where we are.
Yeah, I just walk up to a random house and knock on the door.
Okay. No one's there.
I go to the next. Give me one.
You hear what sounds like just like light footsteps as somebody kind of comes up in the door, and you can see what looks to be a small light greenish colored orc, and it's just hello.
Yo,
Yeah.
would you like to join us in
Child.
you want to join us in a life adventure and wonder?
I'll guide her.
Make a
Oh my
persuasion check
God. Oh my god!
with advantage.
Oh,
Because it's
Yeah,
a child.
9 or older.
22. Oh wait, I got guided right.
Yeah.
Hold on. There's
35.
also this thing called Flash
35.
of Genius.
30.
Yep.
30. You guys are kidnapping a child. Good start.
You have to be at least 9.
I'm this many.
Like,
Yeah,
good
we
enough.
can't have someone younger than me. No, I refuse.
No, we have to have someone younger than you. It needs to
No,
balance
I
out.
refuse. I have to be the youngest.
But I'm not asking you. I'm asking this child if they want to join in the live
let-
adventure.
let
I'll
me-
go join 8th.
Let me go get my stuff. And he shuts the door and running off.
Oh my god.
We just
I'm
kidnapped
like
the
Elise looks
child.
back. Elise looks back. Thumbs up.
Hold on,
Garbage.
hold on,
No.
hold on. I want to do something real quick.
Garby's just like, no, I don't approve.
I would approve. This is hilarious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we should probably not do this.
So,
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
do
say.
you-
I'm not gonna say.
do you
I'm not gonna
continue
say
to
it,
wait?
Yeah,
I
I'll
start
wait.
walking away.
I'm
I'll
gonna
wait
go
till
with
it-
Garbu. We're gonna make signs for the interviews.
I'm heading to the
Okay.
blacksmith.
You,
Okay.
like you hear like what sounds of enjoyment, and then you can hear
Like a parent
a-
arguing.
you can then hear what
No,
sounds
you
like
can't leave.
an older voice arguing back, and then footsteps coming back, opens the door, and you can see a female orc, and she's just staring at you. What are you trying to take my son for?
But live adventure, I wonder.
He's only 7.
And
Never too
Hey, at
young to
least he got
start.
his age
And
right.
just slams the door in your face, and just like is yelling at the child.
But mom, can't I go?
That child
No,
is gonna
you're-
run away to become an adventurer now and get
see,
himself
like
killed.
Elise just walks away and nods like I have planted this. This child
I'm
will be
heading.
it.
I'm not heading to the blacksmith. I'm heading to.
I swear.
the scrap
Also,
yard.
by the way, anyone here, I have just given you your character for next campaign. You're welcome. You're
Say,
I'll
I'm
bring
gonna
it.
say it. I was gonna
I'll-
say it too.
I'll do
Somebody's gonna take that.
Oh my
You're
god.
welcome.
I listen. It fits with what I was already kind of thinking for next campaign.
Anyways,
I go look for the rest as I skip away from the door.
I'm heading to not the blacksmith, the scrap yard that we've gone to here before.
okay.
I think it had like a. I think you had said goblin. I can't remember. I don't think it necessarily matters. I just want to refill my stock of scrap metal.
Sure. How much are you trying to go for?
Let me see.
There we go.
Man, if that mother didn't fucking slam the door at me, I would have literally just flown around the city as an eagle with the child. God damn it.
Oh my
I'm
god.
at about half. Can I buy another 100 pounds of scrap metal?
Where are we? Aries Gate. Wow, we're so far away.
How do you get back? I don't know.
Sure.
How much would that be? Would you think?
1 million.
Million. Go
Yeah, I
for it.
got it.
Copper.
Oh, you got
Copper
it?
pieces.
I got it.
Let me have a look. See.
I think last time we bought like 20 and it was like 5 silver, but I could be wrong. I'd have to look back. I don't think it was very expensive for just scrap metal.
I'm going to say you want 100.
100 pounds.
Let's see. If we would have
And as a
1 million
scrap
copper.
dealer, I think I would know if I'm being cheated out of scrap metal. I don't know.
You know,
Yeah.
I have a family
Yeah.
history of scrap
You're
metal.
like a
salesman,
professional
so-
scrap connoisseur.
Yeah,
yep.
Garbu
You can
knows
taste-
scrap metal.
You can taste the difference between good and bad scrap.
Mm-hmm.
Just
You know,
do
1
Simply
million
li-
copper
simply
pieces
lick-
is 10,000
Simply
gold.
licking it. Yeah, I know.
just do 40 silver pieces.
That sounds fine.
Wow.
I mean,
I
it's
will
it's
give
a bunch of
him-
random pieces of scrap anyway, but you know they got to make their money
Good
somehow.
deal.
I'll give him 4
Good deal.
because that should be the 40, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, while you guys figure out what you're
Elvis
doing,
did come again.
I'll be right back.
What's wrong with me today?
I show back up. I guess the mother didn't really enjoy it that I wanted to take the child on a life of adventure and wonder. I left
I
out the
don't know.
death. I left out the death part because that sort of chases us around. the globe.
Why? Wait. Never mind.
I mean, I kidnapped Garbu. I don't see the problem.
Yeah,
Did you?
I don't
don't
know. Did you?
remember.
To be fair, we were my parents. I was going to the Golden Summit for my birthday. Remember, I
Yeah.
was turning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally turned 9 while we were there.
Yeah, then I stole
We
you.
went to discuss.
Yeah.
Well, we were supposed to come back, which we did. It may have
Sort
taken
of.
a little bit of time, but we did come back.
Yeah.
and then I got banned from the city. And I think my parents liked me being away from the city more than they would like me being dead.
One of your parents, for sure.
So the
Wow.
question is, do we at one point go back and kill the dragon in Beaumont and take over the city? No? Okay, sorry.
You just don't know if
Mhm.
that's a thing we could achieve without dying.
I mean, the thing is, like, if we lure away the dragon and play on this ego, so that's just 1v1 on the dragon, and then we kill the dragon, you suck up its power, become a dragon yourself, take over the city.
I'm
Like,
not
Elise
here, so I
hands,
can't answer
Elise,
questions.
Elise hands you a straw. Here you go.
I
Is it
don't
the straw of
know if
this is the
this will
straw of
work.
destiny?
I feel like I may have needed to go look at some dragon riding on a wall in a cave next to like a crypt.
Fuck
And
that lady.
Are there
before I
Bloods
could.
there too?
What?
You said the Crips.
Wasn't it like just some tomb or something?
Yeah, tomb type of.
Because there wasn't there like this whole like
There's like an
Ca-
obelisk and like a tomb
casket?
altar of some sort.
Wasn't there like a casket or something where you talked that
I
was
think
talking
there
to
was
you?
an altar.
Oh,
We were talking at
whatever.
the obelisk, but there was like an altar with a wall behind it, and the wall had like squiggles that were kind of talking to me, but I decided not to go closer.
Also, just a
I'm-
random note, by the way. Do you remember that
Alright.
fucking guy had the sword, right?
Sorry about that.
Yes.
Yeah, but that guy had the
I'm
fucking
pretty
sword. We
sure
saw.
I even recognized it as the sword that the like casting was for.
Yes.
DM, is that correct? Yeah. Like I recognized the
I
casting
kinda want that sword.
metalwork
I want that
as
sword.
that
It's
sword.
cool.
I mean, we could try to take it from him.
Can we trade it? That you trade your help for the sword?
Maybe. I feel like they might more want like my help in exchange for me getting the shield or something, and then I think the voice would get the bow. I think
But I
the
want the
three
sword.
champions. I think they want the three champions to wield the three
Yeah, but
weapons.
I want the sword. I don't care if the 3 champions need to wield it. I want the sword because it was cool.
Yeah, but that's just an assumption of mine. Is that they want three champions wielding three weapons.
Bunch of losers. That's all I'm saying.
Hmm.
What's she gonna do with the bow? Isn't she like isn't she like a spellcastery kind of bitch?
Yeah, I thought she was spells too, but I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
I kind of, out of character, I assumed a bard because of the name The Voice and being like spellcastery, but could be a
Plot
cleric
twist.
as well.
Have no idea.
Sorcerer.
Yeah, Garbu
Don't
has
care.
no idea.
No, me neither do I. That's why I'm like.
But I
But
assume
anyway.
it's something charisma based, and
Anyway.
I don't know.
You done with your scrapping?
Yeah, I got 100 pounds, so now I have 150. That should hold me over for a while.
Excuse me.
Good.
And I always like
good.
supporting local scrapyards.
I look at Clarence. I'm like, did you make the signs?
Yep, and I hold him up.
Nice. Shall we go?
Should,
Anything else we need to do here?
Listen, I could have made you a much better sign.
should we
No,
have
but-
Eighth like help pick the replacement?
I could have made you a sign worth 100 gold.
No, eight is that woman's bitch right now.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Like
could,
what's
like,
we
Like
can
a
just,
shield.
sign with gold inlay.
I mean, once he lays eyes on him, I mean, never mind. Yeah, you're right.
so the thing is like when we go to Ares Gate, where are we going from there?
I assume further east.
Okay.
I'm assuming the person we'll pick up will have some weird family problems, and we'll have to go solve that real quick.
Fuck that shit.
Should we look around here or just go straight to Ares Gate and look around there?
Now we can go there.
Okay. Isn't this like a city renowned for its fighting though?
Yeah, we don't need a fighter. You're a fighter. You're a tank.
Am I? I
Yeah.
thought this was established earlier that not even
At
I
least-
know what I am.
At least kicks against your armor. There you go.
Eighth,
Roll
if you're
on
my
back.
brother, you have to
You
tell me
hit.
now.
What?
Great. It'd be
If
great.
you're
if
my
you could-
brother, you have to tell me now.
No.
Be quiet,
not.
Cole.
It'd be funny if like the thing is that his character was supposed to get introduced here. We just fuck off the city so we can't play his character for another fucking 100 sessions.
That's why I'm asking. Should we look around here?
No, we're
Guys.
leaving.
Stop
Okay.
metaing it and just go.
All right, let's leave.
I
Oh,
got
shit,
Atlas.
but we were
His-
but we were go-
You could
we were
be
going east-
you could
We
be
have all
in
the
the
rations.
middle of the ocean and I will throw him so fucking far he just shows up.
Do we need to
This
buy
was-
anything else like rations?
Fuck
Out
that.
of curiosity,
We
are
have
we
a
good with
ton
this?
of rations and a druid. We're fine.
What's a
So
druid
what-
gonna do? I
She
create
can
the
make
food
food.
and water. No,
Oh.
I've
Yeah,
done
kinda.
that.
And I can
thought
also
you
do
had-
it if you want to.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do it too? Why haven't
If I
you?
want. No, note the if I want to. Like the very important if I want to, and didn't want to. There you go. I could have done it
What
since
else
the
can
start.
we do to waste time?
Fuck you. I kick him off. I fly off with Clarence and leave him behind.
Okay, bye.
No, just kidding. I just turn into an eagle, grab the boat, and just fuck off.
Easy enough.
As you leave, well, Luro isn't back yet. Has Luro ever showed up?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I just look at Clarence. As
Actually,
before I turn
I
into an
cast
eagle, like,
sending.
halfway I stop. Before like halfway as I transform, I stop. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Looks
I
at-
will
looks at
cast
Clarence.
sending because
Hmm.
he's been gone a whole day now, a whole 24-hour cycle.
And didn't his fucking brother say that he didn't know where Luro was?
Yeah.
All right, I cast sending.
And like I fall on my face because I stopped mid transformation.
Oh, for some reason I did not take a long rest. Let me do that real quick and then remove the spell slot. Because for some reason, but I still need to remove those hit points. Okay, now I should be caught up to where I should be. I'll cast sending. Luro, are you okay? Your brother didn't know where you were, and you've been gone for 24 hours. Hope you're okay.
Don't forget the
Thank
text back.
you. This was Garbu. I feel no connection.
No, you feel it blocked.
Oh, blocked. Okay. Similar to
uh,
the barrier from before, when I had tried to message Eight's family.
Something like that. Yes, you would have
I think
a little bit
I'll
of
just kind of like
familiarity with
turn
that.
toward Clarence slowly, and I'll be like, "I think your dad might have him."
What do you mean your dad? What is that for assumption?
What do you? How do you? Wait. What? What are
He's,
you
like,
basing that off
blocked.
of?
He's blocked, like what Eight's family was.
Yeah, but my dad didn't have Ace family.
I know, but like it's someone magical would have him to block it, and who would have reason to take him except
That's a
Eight-
really good
Eight's
stretch
sister.
of logic for you.
I'm a little bit insightful. I'm
Yeah.
not smart, but I'm insightful.
Could also be eight sister token.
We said logic though.
I don't know.
I'm not disagreeing. I don't know. I would like to get him back, but I'm not gonna jump to
I
conclusions
could
right
try
now.
messaging your dad again, but last time he didn't seem like he liked talking to me and seemed like he only responded because I brought up your name. And
Yeah.
since then, you've talked to him.
Just
I
say
don't
give
even
us
think he responded. I think I just like heard him silent for the whole time or something.
just say give us Luro back and then do a bunch of death threats and profanities.
I'm not good at that. If you give me a script to read off of, I could.
Clarence, you have any good ideas?
No. I think even if my dad does have him, what are we gonna do?
But you could say to him that like, he will not explode unless you give Luro back.
Should I tell your brother?
I told. Oh, yeah. I mean, I can tell my brother.
Go tell your brother.
Can you talk to him directly?
think he
I'm
tried.
pretty sure we can all talk to each
Okay.
other, establishing the lore.
Did you do
Try
that
it.
yesterday? Didn't you do that yesterday? Or the day before?
Yeah, I literally just did it. I forgot. Yeah. I was like, what? What are we talking about? Brain powers. Hey, big bro.
I tickle Clarence under his armpits.
I mean, it's kind of like still sending, but so you could say a few more things.
Oh yeah, so I was just gonna say, hey, we can't access Luro through a sending spell. He's like magically blocked. We figured you'd keep you updated, see if you had any ideas. We worry that Dad has them.
Then you say teehee. Wow, that's yeah, like Elise sticks out. Oh, that was awkward.
What leads you to believe that Father has him? And if he's not with you, as he's not with me, I don't think this would be a joking matter.
I was being tickled. I can't stop someone from physically touching me while I'm concentrating on talking to you. Wasn't being disrespectful. It wasn't my idea. It was Garber's, actually. He kind of put the pieces together that somebody magical would have to have him if they were powerful enough to block him.
This whole time, Garber was like poking you.
I was ignoring it.
Mention that it was just an idea and I'm not certain of it.
He's very certain of it.
No.
No, I don't say that last part. I don't say the last part.
I look at Gomez, he says dick, and I'm like, wait a minute.
I think it's assumed.
Well,
that
it
you were
was
just kind of
dang
guessing.
no.
Yeah. I like.
That
I like.
sounds
Yeah.
very PG-13 of you.
And to double check,
fair,
you're
Garber
positive
isn't
he's
13.
nowhere with you. He's not playing some sort of hiding game or anything of the sorts.
It was magically blocked.
I'll
I've
stop
felt it before.
and I'll yell. Can you come out now, Luro, please? This isn't fun. It's not a joke. Just come out. Just,
Hey, maybe
just-
your mind bullshit works to Luro and it goes through the thing because it's like special.
All right, I'm gonna try to talk to Luro. Luro, where are you? We're worried about you.
I love to fucking touch your forehead.
Have to. I don't understand how it works. I'm like,
You feel like it's just hitting a wall.
See what I mean? It's like blocked.
how do you know what I felt before I said it?
Because I saw your face. It's the same face I make when I hit the wall. It's like you're sending the message. It should be going, and then it just hits something.
I'm gonna contact my big brother again. I'm gonna go. He's not here, and I can't access him through this link either. I don't know what to do. And that's it, because I can't think of anything else.
This isn't good. We need to hurry and speed things up. Where are you currently at?
Are we in? Are we
We're in
still?
Raqqa still. We're still in Raqqa. We're on the way to Airgate.
Okay.
What if he came back to us while we were in Prover and your dad took him? Is your dad in Prover?
But if he
We
would
don't
show
know
up, I
that.
would.
If we knew that,
If he would show up, I would definitely have noticed it. Like, there's no fucking way he can
We
avoid
could-
my passive perception unless
We
he
can
actively
fly
tries to.
fast. I can try like locate creature. I don't have it prepared. I would have to prepare it tomorrow.
I mean,
Anyway.
I don't know. I'll relay to him where we're at and where we're going.
Can you talk to your god and like see what the Platinum Dragon has to say?
I could attempt divination. Yeah.
I mean, like you might as well ask like, I mean,
I will need an hour per divination because I need to make.
no,
the
only
instance.
one, just a quick check. Like because I don't know what we can do about it right now. It's just more like a.
Should I ask if Clarence's dad took Luro, or should I try asking if they're in Prover?
Prover. No, my dad.
No,
my dad took him. My dad
it's
took him.
probably-
Verify whether or not he took him,
Yeah.
or should I ask if he's with your dad in case Luro
Or
had gone
or
willingly?
wild
Is-
idea, wild idea. Listen, hear me out. It might be a bit of an awkward. Yes,
Wait,
that
is divination
doesn't really.
yes or no, or is divination just an answer?
I don't know if it is.
Let me
Oh no,
know.
it's the other divination isn't. I think it's the other thing that's.
Augury is
that-
the yes or no. Augury I
Yeah.
can do way more.
Why don't we just do auguries?
Or no, augury I can only do one
once
time.
and then becomes
But
wonky.
I can do each of them once, so we can ask the more wide one, and
Let's-
then we could ask the yes or no to try and get more specific.
He disappeared after the whole bullshit. Or
Yeah.
it wasn't before or after the whole bullshit with 8 Sister.
Mm-hmm.
So what if the people the eight system, like the fucking teleporty bullcrap people took him.
Yeah.
But I don't know how because he teleports away. What? But how could they catch that?
Magical shackles. I don't know. I
He literally was standing next to us and he wasn't. Like, at what point would they have taken him?
What if he like found a way to reroute Luro's teleportation?
Yes, that might be an idea. Go ask
Like,
if
I
it's
don't know how that would work, but
go ask if it's your puppy who took him.
would it be possible that they could have, like, Luro has to use spells to do stuff? They could have silenced him, something like that, where if he caught him off guard, Luro's not tough, he's
There-
fast, and if you catch him,
there
what's
are
he gonna do?
spells that could block someone from teleporting away as well.
Yeah, but then you need to
Yeah.
have to set them up. You need to have them set up in
I
beforehand.
mean, if you just let's be honest, if you put a stuffed animal in the middle of a circle that's already set up, it wouldn't be the hardest thing to lure him. No.
Well, go
but-
check it. Go check if it's the puppy who has him or not.
Okay, I'll spend the hour turning 5 pounds of the scrap metal into a mix of incense and sensor. That will be worth 25 gold because I think that's what we settled on last time was that I could turn 5 pounds.
Sure.
It was like 5 pounds in an hour.
I'm not going to argue.
We can look up whatever the weight of a sensor is and use that, I guess.
Nah, just go for it. DM's not arguing.
Ask if puppy Clarence has him.
Okay, I'll spend the hour.
You don't have to roll anything, do you?
I won't ask if he took him, because if
Has
Luro
him.
had somehow
Ask
gone
if my
willingly,
father had any involvement with Luro's disappearance. That'll rule him in or out definitively without, like,
what's your
an
dad's name?
Just say Clarence's dad.
I have to look it up. Hold on. It's been a while since I've thought about this.
Barry,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
What's the full thing? Is it just
Barry
Barents?
Manifest? There's no
No, like-
full. His name's
Okay, it's
Barry,
just
dude.
Barry Manifest?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like Barreled.
What's
Barry
Barry
thing.
Allen?
Li-
Run,
li-
Barry,
no,
run.
listen.
Barry.
With you,
What?
Dude,
That's
it
his
could
whole
be.
name.
Am I
Hold on.
wrong?
Let me look. If I put it in there with him,
Am
I
I
just-
wrong that with you it could have been something different?
I'm not seeing. I'm seeing Barry. Yeah, that's all I got.
I just like you just hear the background. Run, Barry, run.
Okay, I will, after this hour, pull up my incense, light it, get everything set up, I guess, and then ask, did Barry Manifest have anything to do with Luro's disappearance? Wait, that's a
And-
yes or no question. I could have done that with Augury.
Yeah, why didn't you do it with Augury then, you idiot?
I'll do that with Augury first, and then I'll do the divination after we get the Augury answer.
Okay, there
Okay.
you go.
So, did Barry Manifest have anything to do with? I'll take out my bones and random knickknacks. I'll set the incense down, take out my bones and random knickknacks, throw them on the ground.
As he throws them and like knock him over.
Dang it! Now I have to redo it. I'll pick them all back up and redo it. Did Barry Manifest have anything to do with Luro's disappearance?
And
Wheel and woe, or nothing.
that's just a yes or no.
yes or no. Yes or no,
And I
maybe.
think last time I had done this as throwing my hammer up in the air.
Oh no, yes, no, like unsure, but that's more if it's like the god just.
It's
doesn't-
either yes, no, unsure, or no answer.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
He throws the stuff down, and some of them are in certain shapes, and he's like, "That one means yes."
I look at it, I'm just like, that makes no fucking sense to me.
It's like a bone and a piece of metal on top of the bone.
Okay. I
He'll
put
pick
like
them all
another.
up and put 'em
I
back
put a piece of
into the-
metal on another bone, and I'm like, what does this mean?
That's bad. That's real bad.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I
I
pick
look
them
at
all
Clarence.
up and put them back
I look
in
at
my
Clarence. I mean, like, well, at least we know that it's your puppy who probably manipulates his teleporting in some way.
bag. Now I have another question I could do where we can get a better answer, like where is he?
Just ask
And
where
if
my dad's at.
yeah.
Wait, ask where
Why
Luro is.
didn't we do that before?
Ask where Luro is.
We needed to figure out if it was his dad or not, because if he's like, where is his dad at? And then, like, what if it wasn't his dad? Then we
Are
would
we
go
asking
somewhere.
where your dad is or where Luro is?
Luro. We don't look. I would rather have Luro back than kill my dad or whatever. Like, if he say he doesn't have him with him, I would rather have Luro back than do something bad to my dad. I care more about Luro than I do about killing my dad.
Right answer.
I look at Lucy and like Lucy and I say, write that down.
Divination. Where is Luro at now?
And this is where it's like a whole answer.
Yes. I can read the description. I'll just pop the spell out. How do I
That
pop it
makes more
out?
sense.
Just
Click on it.
click on it.
Click on it.
Yeah, there it is. I think they respond with like a riddle or a
No,
answer of
a short
some sort,
phrase,
right?
a cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
Cryptic rhyme is kind of riddle-ish.
Yeah, but it could also just be a short phrase. Anyway. I have a headache.
Um. In a, deep draconic voice, you hear it as north is where you would find them.
North.
Let me look at the map.
North is where we'll
Well,
find him.
So it's either
Alright.
Vermont.
Slissy?
What if we just go straight north, taking this very literally?
Yes. Yes, I like it. I like it. Wait, what?
Straight north would be either somewhere near the Thundering Mountains.
No, it's straight up.
That-
It's Lissy. What?
But where
Well,
is your
I'm
fucking...
saying like anything along this line is what we should. Should we just fly in a straight line north?
My head hurts.
Yeah, but the only thing that's directly north, it didn't say
I'm
northeast. It
sorry
didn't give
that
us
I'm hurting your head.
Spiritual Wood or Zlissy. Those are the only ones that match up with it.
I mean, I don't think it's...
All I remember is last time we were looking for him, the clues kind of pointed to Zlissi. Zilsi?
What, so you're telling me that we literally were in the same fucking city as his father and we just did that YOLO?
We had
Yeah.
clues that pointed to Zlissi, but we couldn't find anything when we were there. I don't think.
Did
So
we
we
even
gave
fucking...
up.
I don't think we tried, did we?
Not really. We kind of went for
I
the
think we
eighth
asked
arm.
around and then went, oh well, we
We
killed
went
people.
eighth
Let's
arm
leave.
stuff.
Did we kill people? Oh yeah, oh yeah, 8 killed
Eighth
people.
killed people.
Yeah. His
Specifically.
killed people killed people.
I think Eighth killed 2 people and his ghost killed 2 people. And then
I killed
injured
one.
2 more.
What a murderer.
I shot him off the side of the boat with my cannon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also
I
a murderer.
killed none, but I feel really bad about it and would not like to go back to that city. But that's something I should say in character.
Bro, they were pirates. I don't feel bad.
Yo, you should
They
tell
were
your fucking
sailors
brother.
who had been paid, but yeah. Tell
Tell
your
your
brother.
brother.
Tell,
Doesn't stop
tell
you.
your brother to meet us in
Oh.
Zlissi.
Yeah.
No.
Theros
shut-
take.
Hey, calm down. 2 seconds.
Okay.
Tell-
We should get
Like-
Luro. I'm with Clarence here. Let's
calm
go
down.
get Luro.
Calm down. 2 hot seconds, okay? First, talk to your brother and see what, like, if he's already in that area, and if we should hook up at some place where your brother actually is, instead of just be like, let's go to Slissy because we think he's there. But what if he isn't there? Then we both waste time going there.
The north. Listen, last time the clues pointed to Zlissi.
Yeah, but maybe your brother already knows a lot more, you know? Or his brother. Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm talking to Corvin right now.
I'm gonna be
Touch your
honest.
forehead. Touch your forehead. Go talk to him.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
no, what do you want to say?
Hey, brother.
Guidance.
Uh,
Because it looks like you're pooping every time you do this, just so you don't poop yourself.
why would I need guidance?
I just explained. You look like you're pooping every time you do this, so I'm trying to help you not poop yourself.
Do you poop with your hands on your forehead?
No, I'm just saying he looks like he's concentrating really hard.
Okay.
Sorry, my wife texted me.
You have a wife?
You were at my wedding.
I was?
Yeah.
I
Hardly.
was?
You've lived a life.
Even lie.
Hey, bro. Dad did have an involvement. Garbu used augury. And then used divination. And it said he's to the north. The only
Tell
thing
him we're in
directly.
Raqqa. We're in Raqqa.
He knows that already. You told him
He
before.
knows that.
Oh.
You
I'm
hear
not
that over
bright.
the message. He knows that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Got interrupted.
Got interrupted. At least I wasn't tickled this time. Anyway, the only thing straight north of us is Lissy. We weren't sure if you had any info or any way of gathering. If you're closer or have agents closer. That's it.
Right. That's a perfectly vertical line, isn't it?
It's unclear if he could be at Zillicy, as we have already sweeped through that before. Most of us was already separated, scouring each close by cities to the north. That's why we were separated when you might have saw individually of each of us. But we haven't found any clues to where he could be.
Do you relay all that?
Yeah.
I have an idea. What if we travel north, and at the beginning of every day I cast augury asking if he's still to the north, yes, no. And then end of the day I cast divination asking which direction he is.
No. That
No?
sounds incredibly boring. I don't want to do that.
I feel like that would only take us a couple days to
Yeah.
get close.
It probably would. But it's going to be boring.
I could. Wait, what?
You
So
really
you don't want to find
yeah,
Luro
like
anymore?
out of character, do you really want to spend multiple days
It would be literally the
doing
process
straight
of
rolls?
like, oh, here, let's cast this still north. It wouldn't be rolls, I don't think
Yeah,
necessarily.
let's
It'd
do
just-
it then, man. Let's do it.
You'd have to sleep in the woods.
Yeah. That's yep.
Okay. How far
I
can we get in a single day with flight?
I thought we were going to Aries Gate.
Originally, but now we're getting Luro. Thought
Yeah,
Luro
but
was more important.
we don't have any info on where he's at. They don't have any info on
North.
where he's Right,
I
right, right,
just
right.
told you how we could find him if we take like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, but at that point we were gonna have to get information too. We can't just walk up and be like, "Hey, let's take a Luro."
Why
We're
not?
3 dudes.
4?
I look over at Lucy.
Lucy, we're trying not to have you
technically
fight,
it's-
right?
Technically 2 dudes.
Dudes is a
Okay.
universal term. Hold on.
We're 4
fine.
people,
Yeah.
4 humanoids.
Identify as a bro. I'm sorry.
Okay, dude bros.
Hey, don't appropriate my word.
We're 3 non-lizards and a lizard. Okay.
Who's the lizard?
Actually, Lucy, you're like half lizard. Do you count as a half lizard?
No.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. We're 4 humanoids. I can't do.
Let's
There's just too
try
many
it then.
numbers.
Let's try it.
Okay. I think we should try to find Luro.
I agree. I just thought it would be boring out of character.
I don't think it'll be that like let's roleplay this whole day of travel.
Okay, that's what I was
All
worried
the
about.
rolls, no.
Yeah,
I think it'll be like you fly over the Plymar domain, you fly over some wilderness.
that's fine. I'm cool
And
with
then
that. I
beginning
wasn't
of the
gonna
day
be like,
augury, end of day divination.
we wake up, stand around the fire, talk for a little bit, go out, try to shoot a rabbit, miss the rabbit because we're not good at shooting it. Like, I didn't want to do that. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, I wouldn't need to do augury and divinate.
You
Because
could
if I
though.
do divination and then we sleep, why would I do augury in the morning?
Why wouldn't you? More
I
questions.
guess to still verify it's the same direction.
More questions. We could ask anything though, right?
Oh, fine.
Yeah?
I'll fucking taxi us then. Whatever. It's like let's go find fucking Luro. Jesus.
Why, do you not want to find Luro?
Yes, but no.
We want to find Luro.
It's more like what if we get ourselves into something that we're not ready for. Like I mean, we've been just going from getting fucking lying on the ground to lying on the ground every time. But sure, we can do it.
I could make us a little, like, hut every night.
Oh yeah, I don't care about living in the wilderness.
Oh. But you
This
said
is the
you
more I
don't.
mean like I more meant like what if your father has like this fucking whole mad house of magic tricks that will fuck us at every turn and then we end up lying on the ground, you know, as per usual.
Then what if we just go in prepared for magic?
I'm not a wizard.
Neither am I.
I'm kind of.
Should we go somewhere that has wizards and recruit one?
We're literally going in that direction.
Is your sister a wizard?
Yeah, but
Is your-
I don't want my sister to get fucking hurt because we're like
Should we
idiots.
convince your dad to help?
That's what I was gonna say.
I mean, that would be kind of. I mean, if you want to win, I suppose, but no.
You're gonna win.
We instantly win the campaign.
No, it's like I don't think
He
my dad. Has the
teleports
time.
us to the BBEG and we instantly win.
I don't think my dad really has the time and energy to fucking go around on a fucking wild
Do
banta
you
chase.
know anyone who would help us save Luro?
His like it points at Clarence, his fucking family. How about that?
Does your family have a wizard?
Fuck if I know.
I don't
Ask
know what
him,
they
not
do.
you.
We don't know what our powers are half the time, dude. I can't even explode right.
I
Maybe
poke
you should
I
try
poke
not
Clarence.
to.
Explode.
What do you mean? Try not. It's a. What?
I'm just with current issues,
Oh yeah.
just concerned.
Well, I mean, it could only get better, right? Trying to have a positive outlook. We weren't supposed to talk about this, remember?
Yeah, I know. I just am concerned.
What are they talking about? Wasn't really listening.
Nothing.
Okay. Well, do you want to
Drugs.
go? Okay, you want to go then? Hmm. Go find your brother.
Garbu's definitely talking about something.
Yeah, I know. Like Elise knows.
Any
Elise doesn't
passive
care.
insight.
Elise doesn't care to push for it. She's like, whatever.
Oh my God, we're both bad.
You're both
it's
definitely talking about
We're both
something.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, get fucked. Get fucked. Elise just goes like, yeah, whatever. Let's go.
So to the north?
Yeah, whatever. But you have to make sure that we don't get to Beaumont though, because you're gonna get absolutely fucking digged.
Yeah. Can we land? Probably not even the city near Beaumont. Could we land like on maybe one of these islands that might be less likely to have guards?
Do I
What's
know
this
much
fucking-
about those islands?
What's this little city here? What's that?
They're associated with Beaumont.
Yeah, I don't care. What is that? I'm asking what it is, not if they're associated or not.
I think it's a farm.
It is more farmland.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think you told me what it was before when I asked if we would have had any business with like surrounding areas, and I just don't remember.
how long did we say we could travel in 4 hours again?
Let me have a look.
Or an hour? I suppose.
It was 18 miles in 1 hour, and that's
So
with
if you're
that's already with the like dashing and stuff.
if you do the summons to get us here, that would be 2 spell slots for 1 hour, and then
Don't need to
do
burn
a
any
4
summon.
hour.
I don't need to burn any summon.
Well, what I'm saying, because we would have to land between your wild shapes
We can
we
literally
need
get
time
all
to
the
go
way.
all the
We
way.
can literally get all the way here in
with
8
one
hours.
wild shape,
No, with 2.
because we'd have to land halfway through. So halfway through would be here, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be better if we go here. I get here first and then fly across, because that would just get us barely across with one wild shape. So would it be better to do summons to get to here, and then do a wild shape and another wild shape?
Sure, man.
I'm just trying to do this
Yeah,
as
yeah.
cleanly as possible.
Don't worry about it. I'll
Garbu
know
is
what?
not smart enough to have come up with this plan, but Clay
I mean,
is.
I could polymorph myself and then after that wild shape, it's whatever. I'll polymorph myself into an eagle and then we'll fly to the city, and then from the city I'll wild shape and then we'll fly over and then
Polymorph lasts 1 hour.
yeah, but we can reach it in a. Oh wait, it does.
No, we only go like 15, 18 an
Oh yeah.
hour.
I'll fucking whatever. I'll burn a bunch of spells.
Can't you summon eagles as well for a
I'll
lower
burn a
spell
bunch of
slot?
spells. Unless Joseph wants to put into combat, and I'll actually figure out which spells I used exactly. I'm burning spells to get us and wild shapes to get there.
Well, can't you
Okay.
summon animals?
Yeah, yeah. I just
And
said
summon
what
eagles?
I will adjust my spells accordingly, depending on where we are and what happened.
I think it'd be 3 1-hour spells to get here, and then 1 wild shape, a second wild shape.
Yeah.
Right.
As I said, I will adjust accordingly.
Which would also be 11 hours, so that'd be the
Mm.
full day.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct, DM?
I would have to double check.
I have all the spells and wild shapes we ever want. It's
Is-
just that we
Because
need
if we
to.
can only go 60 feet, this is like the only place we could feasibly cross. Because I think even here it's not quite. I guess that's long enough, but that's still 45 from where we are.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. I'll burn it accordingly.
DM, run the numbers.
So first, you guys are going to try to go there to make a pit stop as the last point of land,
Yeah.
and then
We could also, in
wild
theory, stop
shape to
here
there.
and still make it across if we don't want to go in the city. We just have to get to that upper coast.
Sorry.
So that would be about.
Just tell me how far we can get according to the DM laws of physics and stuff, and then I'll burn my
So,
spells.
you know, just for your wild shape, I think that would be slightly under 2 hours, but 2 hours just to make it easy.
Oh, wait, so
Um,
we can do 30 in an hour then?
No, it's 18 in an hour.
And then
I'm
60
just
would be
confused.
the full 4 now.
Would
Or
that
like
be 4,
on
or would that be
3
'Cause
3?
that's
3 something.
it's
So
30 because it's 36. That would be 2 hours. Trying to double that, so that's 4. And then however long you can go.
So one
from
wild
there.
shape is 60. Pretty
No,
much.
72. 72.
72. So
Mhm.
should I go with 75 then? So you could do 2 1-hour spells to get here, and then do a wild shape to get here, and then another wild shape with that logic, and then we could probably walk to your hometown if you want.
I
and
mean, we
sleep
could also
there
if we
over.
literally take in a way we can wild shape everything if we take like a short rest every time, or like
Would
between
you,
2.
but what I'm saying is, would we rather rest inside of your town or outside of it?
I'll say this.
I mean, if you want to push for exhaustion, then I guess we could do that.
I'll say this.
I can't
So,
cast divination and augury again, so a long rest
if
we might as well do.
if you guys are going to try to spend everything you can, we'll say within a day, you guys have woken up here, right? So we'll say it's slowly getting close to, noonish. So if
So
you
we
guys
push all the way there, it'll be like
if
midnight when we
if
get
you guys tried to push towards the Thundering Mountain, I would say it would be nighttime at least. And then depending from where you're trying to go from there, it's up to
I
you
mean,
guys.
I can burn like the thing is like I have infinite wild shapes if we literally short rest. So
But I can't do divination and augury again and
yeah,
get a
yeah.
reliable
That's not what
answer.
I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like we can just get all the way there if we want to.
But what if it's in the spiritual wood or something? If we fly past it, we'll have to fly back.
But you can't just do it the morning when we wake up at my fucking home. Hello.
Yeah.
If
Right?
you want to push that far, we can try.
I mean, I can. It's not really an issue. Like you have to imagine this, right, Garbu? When I wild shape and when I use magic, I literally do not receive the exhaustion myself. It's the shapes that take all the brunt of the thing. It's just you guys who'll be fucking tired and shit.
If I didn't need to breathe, I'd say to just put me in the bag of holding and let me take a long rest while you travel.
Anyway, shall we go and be ready? Hmm? We'll make it all the way there. It's just gonna take. We're probably gonna be tired as fuck, and I probably want to crash. Hmm. Also, don't make a mess of. I'm just gonna pre-warn you. Don't make a mess of anything there, okay? Hmm?
Your hometown?
Yeah, no, my home, our home in particular. My dad will kill you, and my mother maybe too.
I mean, I can make like a little hut outside of it if they don't want me inside.
No, they of course. I'm telling you, just behave. Seriously.
I mean, I can behave.
Yeah,
Okay,
make
there
sure
you
you
go.
just leave your dog outside real quick, okay?
I'm not the one who went streaking around the house. Or around the whole city, actually.
Looks
Yeah,
at Clarence.
but you were supposed to watch me.
I did. I did my job. I brought you back
As they
mostly
argue,
safe.
as they arguing, we fly off.
Mostly safe.
Work together.
All right, so you guys.
If I had to guess, I'd say like 1 out of 27 safe or something like that.
Yeah, you shout. You're like talking to yourself as you're flying away.
So you guys trying to push as fast as you can, as hard as you can. Push, going across the seas. Let's see. What is it?
Let's see. What is spells?
That
We'll use 2 of
that's
these spells. There you go.
probably in the most interesting. So you definitely chose the best day to do it, as it is bright and sunny, hardly any clouds.
Garbo is like slightly more dark green when you hit them.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
no,
wearing
Clarence,
a
sorry.
cloak over my
Clarence,
armor.
Clarence is slightly more dark green in his face.
So you guys,
I just keep my cloak up so that I don't get any. Actually, no, I like the heat. I'll keep my hood down.
I was gonna say.
I'll let my armor bake in the sun.
okay.
Are you cold-blooded?
I
Yes.
think. So far, I've pretended to be, so I am going with that still.
You guys pushing. Lucy tends to enjoy the view, especially being this high up. As you guys travel, just this huge body of water, can see just a good amount of just natural things.
Do I see any big ass shapes in the water? Whilst we're flying over.
Well,
Make a perception check.
I have advantage because I'm an eagle.
I guide her. Guidance.
29. I did it the wrong way. 29 with guidance.
I mean,
I mean, let's see if 31. Let's see if if I'm positive or negative because I want to see something. Fuck. I'm negative.
I mean,
31.
when the path that you're going, there is a brief moment where it seems like it's a very deep part of the Palmer domain, but there's no like outline of some sort of creature or entity or anything of the sorts.
Lower flying go.
Ooh, what's that?
It's just a rock.
Oh.
You did hear the eagle. You hear the eagles just.
I just respond,
uh,
as if I understood.
part of me really badly wanted Tess not to be there because that would be funny.
But
Anyways.
That's why I guided you. I wanted it too.
but
I wanted
anyways,
to see the
it is close to night, as you can tell that you are getting close to the mountains themselves. If you guys want to try to push, I'm not going to go one way or the other. It's just you'll be pushing, super early, still dark, early in the morning if you want to try to get to your hometown.
I mean, I can take a tiny short rest and then like 20, 30 minutes to get my shape back and then fly there, and then we just pass out there.
I could
You up for
try
that?
augury again and just see. There's a
Uh,
chance that the answer is nothing. But I could try something.
we'll figure it. Like, let's just get there. It's like there's
Okay.
nothing really up there. We'll just get there.
I don't think the answer would end up directly misguiding. I just think it's either an answer or it's
There we
just
go.
random.
We'll figure it out in the morning
So,
or midday when we wake up.
as you kind of start to curt on the left-hand side of the mountains, going towards the outline of your village, you can see as you get closer, there appears to be a little bit more torchlight than probably what you used to, but then again, it's been a very long bit since you've seen your homes. And I'll even say as you kind of go down a little bit and circle, probably still trying to be a little bit of observant before just landing, you can see what appears to be heavily armed and armored individuals wearing the sigil of the Imperial Legion, as it looks like they were just doing patrols through the town.
Not good.
I
Are
mean,
we in
you
trouble?
could.
I
No.
am.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean, if they know some of you, looks at Clarence, are associated with me, they're probably not going to be friendly to those people either.
At least just literally flies for our home and just like, yeah, whatever, man. just lands there.
Okay.
Can you disguise me as like a misshapen
So-
goblin?
You go down and land close to your house, we'll say behind it, and to the rest of you, it's a lot of the homes is slowly built on the edges of the mountain. You've seen stuff like this before over at Zelosis, where the homes were built onto the walls of the mountain, but there they were a lot more open to not only have buildings but allow a footpath. Here it's not that defined, where you'll see a couple of homes in one section and a very small footpath that just connects
I
them
think there's-
all going to a singular path that kind of slowly zigzags up the mountain until it looks like it kind of stops where the village ends.
Why would the flame people attack here? This just seems like a really bad place to attack.
Why did you think they got fucking owned?
So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why did they even choose this spot?
Probably because they were trying to either get something or they were being cocky. I don't know. I mean, I have no clue why they do what they do.
Like, even if it wasn't full of wizards,
Mm.
like you said, then I feel like it still would have been a bad place to choose.
Also, you want to say something cool?
Sure.
You know, my dad and my mother are wizards, right? So we don't
Yeah.
even use keys for these things. Remember? It's kind of funny. I can just walk up to the door and it opens, but if you guys would walk up, it wouldn't open.
What do you mean?
I just throw Clarence towards the door.
Ah!
He hits the door, I assume.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it.
So like as you like go to reach for the door, your hand kind of hits the door frame, and it's like one of those, you didn't miss the doorknob, but it clearly looks like you did.
I'll open the door then, Clarence. Come on.
I can't.
Well, it
I
seems
don't
like
know
you.
what to do.
What if
Hold
you
on.
just cast Dispel Magic on it first and
I'll
then open
I'll
it?
fucking
Can
dispel
I try
magic in
again?
face.
Oh, I won't dispel it then. I guide Clarence.
I'm just gonna go in for it. Like, boom.
Like trying to grab the doorknob,
Yeah.
you keep missing every time.
Are you guys fucking with me?
Go ahead and try to make a sleight of hand check to see like how fast.
Sick.
He's just gonna like break his finger on the door because he shoves his hand too quickly.
14.
Yeah, it. You at this point you kind of understand that something is messing with you. You know you're reaching for it, but it's like when your hand reaches it, it's like it's just no longer there, and it's somewhere else on the door, but like slightly over some. So it makes it look like you're missing every time.
Elise, what's going on?
It's magic shit. That's what my parents do.
Yeah, I
They're
know,
really
but, like,
good at it.
I want to go. Can we?
I
Can
like
I
I,
get-
at least
is there, like,
at
a
least
Can I
walks
phrase?
up
just
to
like
the,
fabricate
at
it
least
open?
walks up to the at least walks up to the door, like literally grabs the thing first time, just like opens it. What?
Oh, I thought we would need to fabricate it open.
No, it's literally keyed to my family. Like no one can get it apart from us.
But can you like key someone else?
Yeah, if you wanted to, but I don't think my parents want to.
Do you have like staff that you've keyed?
No, it's not me. It's like I don't know how it works. My fucking parents who do this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, but,
like
like-
your family's rich. I assume you have staff.
Yeah, wouldn't you have people?
How big is the house?
How big is the
You-
house?
As someone
My
who grew up
parents
in
have-
like a 2-room house,
my
how big
parents-
is this house?
My,
Elise, why don't you describe your home?
no,
How
I mean
many
it's like
stories? If it's more than
means-
one story, Garbu thinks you're the richest person.
it's a wizard home, so it's like a fucking semi-tower looking esque thing.
You're rich.
Yeah, they're loaded, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
much
mean it
money.
is like they don't like I mean okay, so how it
How
works
many
with
people
wizards-
work for your family?
0. My parents have unseen servants, magic.
How many unseen people work for your
Fuck if
family?
I know, I don't see them. My parents know. You have to ask my parents. Like they just are there. I don't know what to say. It's like you're asking me so many questions. You know I'm like druid shit, right? I'm like the fucking black sheep in the family who doesn't do fucking wizard shit.
No, I didn't.
How
I
many
don't
unseen
think about
servants
that.
are
You
there?
do
I don't
magic.
know.
You do magic. Magic is magic. I do magic. You do magic. Your dad does
No,
magic.
it's like okay, let's go here, right? Okay, you're magic.
Yeah.
God shit.
Yeah.
Chaos is magic. Exploding chest. Oh,
Yeah.
no, not exploding bullshit.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
Me, stars and druid crap. It's
Yeah.
3 different types of magic.
Can it hurt people?
Sometimes.
Magic's magic.
Ah, fuck off. I just walk inside. Either you join or you stay outside, and find the guard
Okay.
will find you.
I
Can I
follow.
come in?
I follow.
Yeah,
As
you
soon
can.
as the door's open, I follow.
It's like it's like you know the classic wizard tower with like an extra little building where you sort of enter. It's like I'm not gonna go into super detail because I want to leave it a little bit more in the open, but it's a wizard tower-esque thing.
Easy enough.
So, I probably to Garbu, it's like the fucking most massive, biggest building, like home he's ever been in a way.
You're the richest person I know.
Yeah, I mean that's probably true.
Yeah.
Well, your rooms are second floor, third,
You
and
probably
fourth
have like
floor.
what, 1,000 platinum?
More probably, but
1,001. I turned to Clarence. 1,001 platinum.
I mean, if I already
No.
if I just look at Garbu, if I already have 187 platinum, how much do you think my parents have?
More.
Genuine, yeah, good. So second floor, third and fourth room you can take if you want to sleep, or unless you want to sleep together, and you can take one of the 2 for yourself.
You have a lot of stuff.
No, I don't have a lot of stuff. My parents have a lot of stuff.
Do your parents ever like throw anything away?
Yeah, like free stuff.
This seems like a lot of stuff.
What
The
kind of
word
stuff
is
do you want?
opulence.
Yeah, what kind of stuff do you want?
Like stuff?
Yeah,
Are you
let's-
talking about drugs again?
I don't. I've never
See,
done drugs.
I think this traveling has been a bit too much for you. I think you need to go take a nap.
Yeah,
personally.
laying down would be nice.
I'll you know what? I'll walk you to your rooms and,
Yeah.
or room. Do you want to sleep together? Or do you want to sleep separately?
You want to sleep together? Or you want to sleep separately? Level. Yep.
Yep.
I can't
Which
talk.
would you
so it doesn't
prefer
matter.
right now?
What did you say?
Let's go separate. Do you have enough rooms that we could go separate?
That's
At
what
least
she
looks
said.
at, at least looks at you and be like, boy, do we?
on the second floor.
Like you get inside the tower. It looks like a 3-story wizard tower outside. You get inside, it looks much fucking bigger than that. You're like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is going on here?
Yeah,
It's-
they're loaded, dude.
There's probably like a grand entry hall or something.
It's like
I
I
mean,
just look at them. I just
I could sleep
look.
on
Yeah,
this step right here. I could just like sleep here.
like guys, I'm not gonna lie, right? Wizards are cool as fuck,
Yep.
and when they're powerful and they live long, then they do shit like this. I don't know why my parents like you look at my mother. She's like you're like oh she's kind of nice. She doesn't seem like this, but I think my mother kind of likes fucking this shit. Like every year we have new decorations and everything.
I would tell you this, because growing up as well, your mother is more on the elemental side of wizardry,
Mhm.
and so
Mhm.
there's all the time where it's kind of like the seasons where when it feels like it's changed into a way, she has either more plants or more earthly living to uh like almost a heater to like a bunch of little water fountains. Like it gets crazy with what she
Yeah,
likes to
like
do.
Is a
powerful
heater?
wizard. Yeah. I
What's
mean,
a
what time of
heater?
year is it? What time of year is it? Out of
I
character?
wanna.
Well, it
Is it like
should be summer. Hold on.
It is.
There's-
You
I think
guys
it's close to fall.
you
fall.
guys technically are like fall. Yeah. So
because I
I
don't think
have
the
to
heaters. I
The-
don't think the
The-
heaters there yet. The heaters winter and stuff.
the 6 month is mostly fall, and then the 7th and the first month is mostly winter. The second and the third month is spring, and then 4 and 5 is summer.
I guess it would be in the
Yeah,
transition.
we're in
but yeah.
6 right now.
Yeah, you guys are like
Shoot,
19 days in the
we
fall,
just passed
so
the last holiday. I think Arbor Day is supposed to mark like the end of like harvesting and stuff. The last day for collecting firewood before cold sets in.
I mean,
but it-
maybe there's a heat somewhere. Who knows? I think my mother hasn't been here for a while, so it might still be in summer mode.
I just figured I could like go bask in front of it, kind of.
I don't know. I look around. Nah, it's still summer. My mother hasn't
I
been here
could
for a
just
while.
bundle up with some blankets.
Yeah, you do
Also,
get
you
pretty cold
change your
sometimes.
decorations on on like a seasonal basis.
Apparently. No. Yes.
Return to clearance. They're loaded.
They are so rich, dude. Like they've got multiple bathrooms.
I turned to Lucy. Her family's absolutely rich. Like they have more money than anyone could use.
she's well just like really taking in all of this and just like a quiet little mouse, just cool.
Garbage is like fucking a kid in the candy shop. And like, oh my god.
Imagine the poor kid just walked into the rich kid's mansion.
Yeah, Elise just
it.
kind of like Elise is very casual about it because she doesn't really care. But she's just like, okay, here's your room, and here's your room, and here's your room. There you go.
What did
I'm gonna
you
go
think
ch-
of my
you.
house when you came into it?
Thank you.
Homely.
Inside check.
Yeah, that's the truth. She's not lying to you. Elise doesn't like Elise has grown up rich.
Everyone
but she
wants to
doesn't
know
really...
if you judged his house, but that 10 is not good enough to tell anything.
I mean, yeah, I'll give you a
Okay.
persuasion. There you go. Like she's not
I
lying
believe
to
you.
you.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the
yeah.
thing is, right? Garb, like it's like this. I'll explain it really shortly. Like just because I grew up rich doesn't mean I look at other people and think they're below me.
But I am physically below you.
Yes.
I'm like 4 feet below you.
I meant metaphorically, but okay.
Okay.
So whatever you need is in there, and if you need some food or something, just ask for it and it will come.
Is there like an outhouse? Where do I go?
Elise looks at the toilet in the corner. There.
There's like is that a sink?
No, you just do your poop or your pee in there, and then it will flush.
What do you mean flush?
What are we doing, dude?
I don't know.
I'm used to
What
a
are
hole
we
in the ground
doing?
in an
You-
outhouse.
You guys are going
I
a
like
little.
it.
Plumbing is not a thing.
I know. I'm just like going all overboard because I
Yeah.
think it's funny. It's
Garbu,
funny.
everything Garbu sees in this house is new.
Yeah, like I have fun with it. Go figure it out. I'm gonna go to my own room and fucking. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna pretend that I'm gonna go sleep, but I'm not gonna go. To
Garbu
sleep.
is that kid who's dropping things in the toilet and then flushing it just to watch them go.
It's not an actual toilet. It's just more
Is
like
that dynamite?
disappears. It just disappears. Like
I instantly start like grabbing anything I can reach and trying to put it into the toilet to watch it
Elise
disappear.
stands in the door looking at you.
If
Garbu.
there's soap, it goes in the toilet.
Garbu, hello.
Yeah? What?
If you don't watch out, I'll put you in it.
Would that
Actually,
work?
Yeah, probably will.
Where does it
I'm
go?
try- fuck if I know. Probably
I'm gonna
dead.
room with Garbu and I'll show him how to do all this stuff. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, just show him so he doesn't fucking destroy the whole fucking place.
Okay.
I literally
we'll
told you to
room
behave,
together.
and the first thing you do is not behave. God damn it.
I'm eating toilet paper.
Ah, fuck. I'm legit.
It's nice that your outhouse has snacks.
I just don't
I
want
look
to
at-
talk. I just
I
don't
look-
want to talk.
I
to
look
him.
at Clarence. I mean, like, have a fun evening with that.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's okay. First, take that out of your mouth. Now, take it out. Take it out of your mouth. Take it out.
I pull it out as is walking away.
You're like bad Garbu, bad Garbu. Squirt bottle, squirt bottle.
Yeah.
Before I go
So-
to sleep, because I have my I only need half the thing. I'm gonna go up to the mountain where I always used to go. Because now that I'm here,
Okay, so you want
since it's still during the night.
Okay. So as you walk out and start heading up and you pass a couple of guards. There's even one that stops you and it's just like excuse me, sorry to bother you this late. Just double checking,
Uh-huh.
making sure everything's safe here.
Uh-huh.
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary? He just asked you very basic of trying to make sure
I
everything.
answer him like a really like fun, like she's just trying to be a bit stupid. She's like, well, apart from you guys being here, nothing is different than it used to be.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time and have a nice night.
Yeah.
And they kind of
night.
go on their way looking through. But you make
I
it
did-
to the top. Well, not to the very top, but to your spot.
I just take up the crystal and I just look up to the stars as I always did. It's just like it's nice to be home.
You feel just a sense of warmth as it wraps around you. It's nice.
And I'll just sit there for a few hours until I go to take my 4 hours rest.
Anybody else?
I will, before going to sleep, use my other channel divinity to make another sensor for tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I will cast Sending.
Okay.
Let me double check something.
Hi, Ma. If you can't talk, just cough. Have you guys made it out of Vermont? Love you guys. We're safe. How is your health and Pa?
Well, it's actually super early in the morning, so she'll be asleep.
So I just hear like snoring.
Sure.
I just kind of nod like, at least she's alive. Okay. I didn't know if they'd be like killed or anything because of my deed. Anyways, yeah. Clarence, do you want me to try to reach out to anyone?
Not really. I think I'm all talked out for a little while with the family.
I'll even say probably during this travel time, Clarence, you've probably gotten a little bit of information coming from your big brother, Gardos, who's more of just reaffirming that some of the others are going to try to go back just in case to some areas to recheck. So the plan will have to be pushed back a little bit. But we're going to double check the areas. And mention that he'll try to recheck Beaumont a little bit more just because you guys, knowing that you guys obviously can't go there. So he's going to try to heavy focus in that. So they're going to be occupied for a bit.
Yo.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do another sending. And this one's to Pa.
Hi, Pa. Ma was asleep. Not sure if you woke up early to poop or anything. Hope you guys are okay. We're safe. Love you. Have you made it out of Vermont?
Unfortunately, same thing as he is also asleep.
Again, just glad to hear they're alive.
Yes.
And that's all I'll do for now.
Okay. Well, if nothing else, we will go to the 20th. And let me double check. Huh. Okay. As you guys wake up, to a very not heavily fogged like Stormfair was, especially since this ain't next to the water, but also being slightly up on the mountains, a little bit of the fog that has kind of come down, but not as heavy. But it is a cloudy day for sure as you guys wake up.
Ugh. So, how you doing?
Ma and Pa were asleep, but they're alive, so that's good. I'll save my spells for now, just in case something happens. Um, should I start with divination, or should I start with augury, asking if he's still to the north?
Does it matter? I'd probably
Well,
the yes no first, right?
yeah, yes, no first, I think is better. Did your brother Gyarados message you?
Hey, said Gyarados.
I was hoping
He
it would
said
be
Gyarados.
this. I did.
Yeah.
I,
Oh,
as Clay, did. Garbu probably would have remembered the name, but I just
your little
wanted to
brother
mess
called
it up on
Magikarp?
purpose.
Oh my god. Hey, he's got hyper beam. Don't mess with him.
He's always a jerk to me, man. I don't like talking to him.
Does he splash you a lot?
No. He
What his
blames me
parents?
for mom's death, and there's no proof that I did anything.
Well, there's also no proof of the contrary, you know.
Yeah, I don't like talking
How'd
to
you
him.
get? When did you come in our room?
Hmm.
I know this
What?
is your house, but
Thank you.
I mean, I can literally get into any room at any point. No, just kidding. I just walked in. The door's open. Hello.
oh,
I mean, I assume you want to go do stuff. That's why I came.
yeah.
So
I'll cast.
what was the plan? I sort of came in halfway through the
I'll cast
conversation.
augury and see if he's still to the north,
That's what we
and
said.
then if
Uh huh.
if the answer is no, I'll cast divination and see which direction. If the
Uh huh.
answer's yes, then I guess we head north for now.
Uh huh.
Could we make it by stopping in the spiritual wood and then going straight to Zlissy?
Well, good with me, man.
I think we could.
Yeah, it's all good. Just go ask your questions.
Okay.
Also, the
Ritual
guards asked me like, what if he's seen anything weird, and I just told them that they were the only
Did
weird thing.
you? Oh.
I thought that was funny. No.
Yeah. Yeah. So should I ask something else, or just ask if he's still to the north?
Is that what you want to ask? Just ask your things. You don't have to question yourself. If you have a good plan, then just execute your plan.
Is it a good plan?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
your plan.
Honestly, that was cold.
I will cast augury.
Cold.
Is Luro still to the north?
This is the yes or no one. I take my hammer and I just kind of drop it. Whichever way it lands is the yes or no. Heads up, base up, on its side. I'll get out the 25 gold piece of stuff, do some stupid ritual, and then drop my hammer. I like that casting better than just throwing bones and scrap on the ground.
As you drop your hammer, expecting it to, land a certain way, it once it hits the ground, it almost like it bounces in a way, and just kind of wobbles.
So unsure.
Unsure.
Not really. North was kind of an unsure answer.
What? So you're telling me that?
Yep.
So you're
He's
telling me that
here.
you're telling me so I take from that we might be
tried
at the
divination.
just wait like 1
Yep.
second. It might mean that we're already at the correct.
Yep, he's here.
I did prepare locate person.
Like either he's here, or he's to the left. In the Grey Hill.
Well, I wouldn't be unsure. I think the answer would have been no, he's not to the north.
What if it's slightly up or down?
I don't know.
I mean, you can check if he's here. It's just
Can I
that,
try to insight check that answer?
You mean the hammer answer?
Yes, I'm asking
No.
the DM if I can insight
I'm
check my
going
deity's answer.
to say no,
Okay.
because of the fact it can't be more specific.
It's a yes, no, unsure.
And
So
and
it's
there's
unsure if he's
nothing
to the north.
There wouldn't be anything for you to even try to go off on if you try to insight.
How do you inside a hammer that's like wobbling?
I don't know.
I'll pick the hammer back up.
I mean, it just wobbles, but it doesn't fall down.
That's what. Never mind. Not gonna do it.
I was trying to reference weebles because they wobble, but they don't fall down.
Well, do
I
you want to
would.
do you want to do the other thing then? See what because it might be that we're already at the correct north thingy.
Yeah. Maybe we need to go east or west.
Probably west then, I think.
The gray. So you think the Gray Hill?
Might be ending. I mean, if you
So
want,
we
or it might
came
be,
really close.
or it might be
Okay.
here as well in this
I'll
city
cast.
town.
What if it's east? Is there anything to the east of here other than the mountain?
No, just drawbridge. And then apparently there's a little tiny town at the under the U of mountains.
Yes,
I'll cast
there is another town on the other side of the mountains.
What if he's in the other town?
Just the same as yours is.
I will cast divination as a ritual. What did I ask last time? Which direction is Luro, or did I ask where is Luro? I think it was where. I'll ask the same question as last time.
Where's Luro at now?
I think that's what I asked before.
his sense of being eludes me.
Don't like that answer.
Nope. Oh, wait, I can't hear
I'll relay it to the others. His sense of being eludes my deity.
The fuck is
Eludes
your
the
dad doing?
platinum dragon.
I mean, the thing is,
You want to tell Gardos that? Maybe he caught on that we were. Is your brother working with your dad?
or maybe your brother was being transported to a place where divination magic can't affect it.
Maybe.
You know, like Sir Elise points at this, like, you know that when we're here, no one can scry on us, or something like that. We can't
Should
be targeted.
I? Well, I can't really ask a question. I didn't say. Should I try to ask about your dad?
Which dad?
Maybe he's still on the your. No, not your dad. His dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah,
be
we know her
specific.
dad's here.
See if he's
No,
still on this
my dad
plane.
isn't here.
Maybe
My dad
he
is.
Maybe he removed Luro from this plane or something, but he's still around.
Is your dad a fucking crazy wizard?
We don't know. He was
'Cause if you-
a.
Because if your dad is a crazy wizard, I need to go talk to my dad how to fucking fuck up
Well,
a crazy
I mean,
wizard.
his dad does some strong magic stuff, so your dad may still help.
I'm gonna. You guys go discuss something. I'm gonna go look at my dad's books of fucking up.
Don't you have like
crazy
a
wizard.
teleportation thingy that takes you straight from here to there?
No, we don't.
I'm pretty sure you like mentioned it.
Never did. Out of
Insight
character.
check?
Out of character, I said never did.
Oh. I thought it was brought up that your sister could have teleported from
Nope.
Crisport down to Raven Valley or something.
This is something that none of your characters have any clue about because I specifically never mentioned it to you. Mrs. also didn't mention it.
Thought you mentioned that your sister had a way of traveling, or she mentioned that there was a way of traveling very quickly for her.
Yeah, but I never mentioned that we have something here.
Okay. I as the player had just assumed that based
You
on
as the player
information
might
I
have
was-
heard something. You as the player heard something when I talked to my sister, but your character has never heard mentioning of it, and I've actively avoided mentioning it.
I believe it was mentioned that I only needed to sending when we got close.
Yeah, exactly. But never like. I mean, like if you want to like.
Garbu would not be smart enough to
understand.
intuit a teleportation spell. That was something I, as Clay,
Yeah.
figured out that Garbu would not have figured out. Yes. So
Mhm.
forget I said that.
It has been forgotten.
Yep. Rewind. So should we try going to Crisport to talk to your dad? Maybe use today to fly up there?
I mean, we could also check if he's maybe somewhere here.
Wouldn't I feel like he would have noticed people. Well, this is a big house. He might not notice people. And it's just, do you have problems with like squatters?
No. Like you couldn't open the door. Like, how would they get in?
Well, what if they come in through like a window?
That's the funny thing. Do you remember seeing a window?
Does Garbu? Garbu never looked.
I'm gonna say
No.
I'm gonna say you haven't even thought about it because of the fact
Nope.
that there was probably potential guards. You didn't
I
even
think
bother
there's
to
like
check.
one window in Garbu's whole house, and Garbu isn't trying to find any windows here. So Garbu's brain, there's probably one window in normal houses.
So, as Elise comes back with like a book or two, and then looks at Clarence, like, hey, you know, I found this book about grunts that was lying there, and it was kind of funny. Like, they have like different colors based on what position they have in the tribe. It's kind of funny.
Wait, really?
What's a
Yeah,
grunt?
yeah.
I know they have like
Like a-
poison in the skin. If you touch them, you might get high.
There's like these frog people, like red. Apparently, red
Frog
ones.
people?
Yeah, they use the red ones.
Are
that
they?
have like
Do they count as lizards?
no
No, they're frogs. They're
What's a
And then they have
amphibians.
like the red
What's
ones
the
are magic
difference?
users, and those are superior to the blue, purple, and green ones.
They don't have scales.
Superior?
Yeah, apparently there's a whole caste system for frogs.
That seems dumb.
Apparently, there's, if you're a big boy, you're cool. It's kind of funny. Anyway, I found some books about this crazy wizard shit. So, but where are we going?
To your dad?
Probably.
My dad or his dad?
Your dad.
Your
Or
dad.
my it needs to be specific. It's all of your dads being thrown around here.
We'll call them Barry and
Your dad.
your dad.
My okay, sure.
I guess. I don't remember his name, or if
I
I
don't
was
either.
told
I
Do you
didn't
want
write
to
it
know?
down.
Do you
Yes.
want to
Even
know
if
his
I did
name?
remember, I would be unsure if I had
Clarence
been
would
told.
remember, but I don't remember.
I mean, do you want to know or do you not want to know?
Yeah.
It's Theoric.
The-
Theorec.
Theoric.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to Theoric, not Barry,
Okay.
correct?
But what if we find Barry before we get there?
Good? Because then we can ask him where Luro is.
That's fine with me.
Should I just send him a message and ask him where Luro is?
Who?
Barry?
No. He won't respond to you.
How do you know?
We tried this.
What if he did?
Do it.
I'll cast sending.
It's like like Elise looks at Cass. Hey, that's what I do.
Hi, Barry. This is Clarence's friend Garbu. Our friend Luro disappeared. Do you know where he is? Any help would be nice. Thank you much.
And who's Barry again?
Clarence's dad.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen images of him and heard his story. I also successfully sent to him once before.
You feel the same as before.
Blocked, like with
Yes.
Luro.
He's blocked. He's wherever Luro was, so we could start asking where he is, maybe.
What do you mean? Like, it doesn't necessarily mean he's with Luro. It just means he's also blocked.
They,
I-
I would,
I'm not saying he's not with Luro.
I just assume it's the same sort of thing as what was going on with, the fancy lady Vethria.
Right, and we're half a continent away, so the same things can happen in different places.
It's a private sanctum spell.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't know what that is.
It like literally what's also cast here. It's like that if you use it, then divination magic can't touch you. And I guess you can
Oh.
also, if you want to, you can also put in like a blocker on something if you're really big boy wizardy. Because that's why your god can't see, because he's probably trying to use divination magic on something he can't target.
Yeah, it is a divination spell. How'd you know?
Yeah. At least also the book.
You a wizard?
No, I'm not a wizard. My fucking parents are wizards, and my sister's
Are
wizard.
you a wizard, Ellie?
No, people. What? Who's Ellie?
I was trying to make you're a wizard, Harry joke, but it
God damn it!
didn't line up necessarily.
I had Gar with the book.
Ow! Wait, no, that didn't hurt. I'm wearing armor.
No, take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
I hit you in the face where your armor isn't there.
Roll your attack.
Wait, I
DM,
got fucking-
DM said so.
Oh,
I will roll with advantage because the DM gives me advantage.
Plus 20.
no, the DM says you just auto hit.
Okay, I'll
No
hit you.
need
Take
to
4
roll.
damage.
Anyways.
Also, apparently your strength is a +3.
it's plus-
Anyways.
I mean, we could go to my father and see if there's crazy wizard shit that he can help us with. If you
I'm
want
fine
to.
with that.
Because obviously, like, I'm looking at you, I think your father is some crazy ass wizard. Right?
I mean,
I would
he's
assume-
fairly powerful with magic, whether he's a wizard or not.
Maybe my dad has heard about your father at some point. I mean, we've never
Shit.
bothered to ask.
Should I call ahead and ask if it's okay for me to enter Crisport?
Isn't Chris? No, I mean,
Because Crisport's kind of allied with Beaumont.
It's not a kinda.
Senate and the Legion are kind of allied, aren't they?
I mean, I'll be honest, my dude. I think you need to disguise yourself in some way.
I can't.
I
You can.
can't.
I mean, I have the cloak. That's about as good as I can do.
You can literally cover your face with armor.
I pulled, or I guess I will. I can spend an hour to recraft my helmet to give it a face guard, but it's still going to be kobold shaped.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, right, like they're looking. It's like they're specific. Like, even though they might, like, they're not gonna stop every fucking kobold and be like, "Are you this specific
How
kobold?"
many kobold have you seen?
Enough.
How many in Crisport specifically, where you spend a good portion of your time?
How many else have you seen in Crisport? Fuck if
A
I
lot.
look at that.
A
Yeah, but
lot.
I don't look at that shit.
DM, when we were in Crisport, how many other kobolds have I seen? How many other kobold have I seen in general?
Uh, I'm going to refer to you more of a background type thing. They're not native to just one section, just like goblins, for an example. You guys have
Have I
technically.
seen enough that
Come here.
one kobold in a street would be noticeable?
Come here.
Or is there enough that like you wouldn't really notice a single kobold?
I'm just going to put it out there. Okay, that they're all of the races are mixed. There's backgrounds, right? You walking around in your armor, trying not to get attention to yourself. I would think you're fine, but
Okay.
if tension is coming upon to you, then it, depending on who and with, things could be narrowed down.
Give me an hour, I'll modify my helmet.
I'm sure that there is kobolds who help, with warehouses stuff, who might help with even basic staffing, just like goblins. It's just not enough for me to make a point that, like, hey, Clarence, you've passed by like a single goblin that you haven't seen since like 3 years.
Yeah.
I yeah, that's just a little too extreme detail.
But I'm more asking numbers. Like when I go in a city, do I normally see at least a couple kobold, or do I not really see any?
Just depends, but I don't make it a preference.
Like when we were in Crisport before, the 3 days we stayed there, did I see at least one other kobold?
I would say yes.
Even in the background. Okay.
I think you don't have to worry about you being he mode.
But I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not going to go in a city and get arrested as soon as I enter.
It's hard for me to say because again, that's like me trying to go and actually tell like
I'll spend the hour to reforge my helmet to make it less kobold shaped and more like humanoid head shaped. So I just look like a gnome or a halfling in armor as much as I can.
Because again, the idea would be if you're trying to be stealthy, do what you can to be stealthy about it.
It's not so much being stats.
I will make a nice helmet that is up to 100 gold pieces in value that fits with the rest of my plate armor and
just don't stick out. Is what the thing is. The thing is like
as humanoid shaped as possible, as vaguely humanoid shaped as possible.
I will allow this.
That still fits under my hood.
Easy enough.
I mean, we can go. Let's go visit my dad and see what he has.
So I'm wearing this basically circular helmet.
Yeah, it's
that
good.
has a closed front.
We'll make our way to Crisport to see my fucking dad to see if he can help us with our fucking wizard problem.
Okay.
All right. Flying, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Easy enough.
Did I do divination?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah, I did.
So that's what 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can get there within like a day's time at least. Oh my god!
Towards the evening.
I would want you right. Fucking thank you.
We're starting at like noon, I believe.
Yeah, so towards the evening.
So you guys take flight once again, heading all the way to Crisport. Once again, just a massive, beautiful city. even from a distance, as you guys get closer, and I assume you plan to like land outside of the walls and then walk in.
Mm.
It's so weird that even from a distance, as you guys even though get a
The
little
walls,
bit
like,
lower and lower,
expand, kind of.
the
right?
walls just seem so massive. Like, imagine being super far away and super high. It almost looks like you guys might just barely fly over the wall, and it's
Did your
just that
dad
huge
enchant the walls
illusion
too?
to it.
The
Right.
eagle rolls it. The eagle rolls
Did
its eyes.
Derek enchant the walls too?
But
I
The eagle
can't
rolls its
tell
eyes
if
because I
eye
can't actually talk.
rolling's- Yeah, I can't tell if eye rolling's a yes or no. Could you just like nod or shake your head in eagle form? Wait, I thought we
Eagles-
landed to walk in.
The eagle shrugs.
You're just staying in eagle?
you guys
Good damn it.
land,
Wait, what if you
and
polymorph me to enter the city? and take the
I cast silence on Garbu, even though I can't. I just. Yeah, there you go.
Can't even see his lips moving anymore.
so you guys walk in. Garver, you do seem nervous. There is plenty of
I
Imperial
try to walk
Legion,
as normal as possible.
but they don't seem to, solo you out, as it seems as more of they're just doing what they're supposed to do, make sure there's just no trouble. So,
I just walk like I own the place, as I always do.
but you guys walking through the town or through the city back to the guild hall. And once again, students of all shapes and sizes, from all ages, you can see back and forth going to what appears to be classes, to other curriculums within the halls. But you guys walk to a very familiar door.
I
As,
knock on the door. Dunk, dunk, dunk.
as it opens, your dad appears to be like he was actually about to step out, and he's, oh,
Yeah.
wasn't expecting to see you all here.
So we have a problem, which is
Uh,
wizard shit.
Here, just come inside.
Okay.
And he opens the doors, allowing you guys to come in, and shuts it behind you. And he walks in, and it's more of, but like everybody just kind of standing right behind the door as it shuts, and just kind of standing there. Okay, I'm all ears.
So we have a problem. So, oh, by the way, Ayat is left us for it to stay with his family. He maybe managed to track part of his family down, and then now he's staying with them to make sure that they're okay and stuff.
And that reminds me, and kind of
The blind one.
walks over to one of the shelves and pulls off a scroll, and he's like, this is still slightly in the testing, but you can try it, as this is powerful with the request that you were asking for.
Okay.
But here,
Yeah, we'll see if it becomes relevant at some point. What's Garbu? I see Garbu is.
Is that what I think it is? Out of
No.
character?
No, it
you
isn't.
don't know.
You have no clue what it is. I just look at. So we have another friend. Oh, so this is Lucy, by the way. She's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's
Hi.
new since last time.
He's trying to look inconspicuous, but I don't know. He's just being a weirdo.
He just has a
I-
spherical helmet under a hood.
I take off his helmet. I'm like, so now you can fucking talk normally.
You're like trying to pull it, and it like
You gotta twist it as you pull it off.
I
Oh, fuck.
imagine it's like Kenny from South Park, but made of metal.
Yeah,
It's like one whole. Oh, you go for
So like
It's
we have
gonna be
you have
beautiful.
another friend, like who is like his brother, or well, adopted
His
brother,
brother.
or indirect.
Clarence's brother.
Yeah, Clarence's brother. But so he has this gift where he can essentially teleport at will. The problem is, right? So for context, him, and I look at point at Clarence, and his brothers and sisters, quotation marks, are probably experimented on by some crazy ass wizard who calls him their dad, right? So, in one way or another, his dad, quotation marks, intercepted the teleportation and took his brother. And we're trying to find out where he is, but divination hasn't worked.
At
And
least he's convinced I'm like a clone baby or something and not real.
yeah, like this is like
You are.
now for Clarence, you literally heard over the first time exactly how Elise thinks about everything. So, based on what I've seen, his dad is like this crazy ass wizard who experiments on people and gives them weird powers, and we're trying to figure out how to track someone like that down. Wizard shit.
Also, he has like a thing that blocks people from divining
Yeah.
where he is.
We can't use divination here. We can't use messaging to figure out shit.
Well,
It may have sent our friend to another dimension.
No, he's blocking it.
I don't know.
I mean,
Like look at
that.
it's like I hold up the book. Like this is what wizards do.
I mean, that could be one method, but at the end of the day, we wouldn't really quite know. Obviously, without some sort of hint or clue. What
It was between here and between we were in Raqqa when we asked, and then we still got a beat on him, and it was like north. It said north from Raqqa, because we were in Raqqa like 1.5 days ago.
like two?
Yeah, almost 2 at this point.
Yeah.
So he seems to be somewhere north from Raqqa, which is like it's sort of. I mean, it's either Beaumont, Ravens Valley, the Grey Hill. What's the city called? Mare? Something Mare. The
Iron
city
Mare.
between
Iron Man.
Iron, Crisport, or Slissy. It's like it's
It
one
could
of
also
that.
be that magic island, the spirit island. Spirit.
Don't
What
know
is
if,
it
don't
called?
know if like I look at
Spiritual wood.
I look at my father. I don't really think wizards would have anything to do with spiritual wood, right? Or maybe.
Well, first
Is it a
off,
place people
before
stay away
I
from?
get too sidetracked, I see you're taking advantage of traveling, so hopefully you're doing it very safe and not pushing yourself.
Only once.
Okay, well that's a lot.
I know. It is a lot, and we're like kind of like not expecting it. We're like all fine and nice, and suddenly he didn't show up anymore, and we were like, "What?"
Well, I know with and he kind of goes and sets just like he had like 2 books or something, kind of goes and just sets it down on his desk and kind of goes and like his usual pose as he stands kind of out like looking out the window, and you could probably get this as it looks like he's trying to think. This is his tell of like I have to really think about something.
Yeah, it's like, and this is like Elise just like a little girl. It's like I don't know what to do with that. Help.
As he stands there and just kind of looking out, and he starts to talk out loud, and at first you guys might like start doing responses, but you see he doesn't respond back to that, and it's almost as though he's just trying to spit out what's in his mind and then solve the problem that way. And he's just, so you guys tried to use divination magic. I would assume reaching out to your patron and getting a location, and it seems it worked before when you were in the south at Raqqa. Now, 2 days later, a day later, unable to find. Either he was moving, or he stepped out, or he just got finished, is possible of some of the options that he could have done. I don't. And I would say at this point, kind of also during the conversation, you explained like his name. Do you explain like everything that you know about him?
Yeah, do you know a wizard named Barry?
Um,
Manifest?
Manifest, apparently.
he cycles and he's just like that. That name doesn't come up to anything I would know.
I mean, probably connected to House Atreides in some way, if that helps.
House Atreides, fucking course.
Which means that they're doing stuff in your territory.
Yeah.
Well, hearing that makes me really sum up some of the things. Still more to answer, but how much do you know about House Atreides?
I look at Claire's. I mean, from when we were there, it seems like an absolute fucking shithole. That city. Made me
Yeah,
feel really uncomfortable being there.
Yeah,
They
I
were just
tried to meet with the dragon and they seemed too bureaucratic.
I know a little bit. Uh,
That's
Like-
my word of the day. And I pull off the page and eat it.
I know probably a little more than the average citizen, but I'm not an expert.
Well,
I don't know what their relationship is with Ozul either, and that's what worries me.
let's just say they have been on our radar ever since. They are not the good people to get involved or mixed up with. And the sad thing is they are intelligent. They are smart. You guys have visited Zilisi. How did you think about their culture, their life? I don't know how much you guys are exposed to that area, but
seem to be a bit aloof. I wouldn't say aloof, but like distant. They're more busy about making things and figuring things out than anything else. I mean, the
you're-
dragon was the same way.
Yeah, it's not a great place. Let's leave it there.
I mean, Prover was an absolute fucking shithole. Though don't get me wrong. It seemed like the only thing that they were doing there was like, try this out, try that out, drink this, drink that, and like just trying to do all these weird experiments, which is like points towards Clarence. I'm quite sure that whatever
It's
his father did, it's all experimentation and things that shouldn't be.
it's progress by any means is how you need to think of it. They're willing
I
to
feel-
do anything and everything.
And I think Slizzy is more like a real try to do. It's more like make things themselves without really hurting people. But it seems Prover is literally the opposite: make things regardless.
then you have the basic fundamentals of what they are, which is what makes them
Dangerous.
not just dangerous, but why they are one of the ones that the Templar is, well, heavily rivaled. They do not really delve in the realms of magic, but of science. That's all they are.
Seems like they're like too far on the science as well.
That would also
took
be
it a step
correct.
Farther
They
than it should have gone.
they deep into things that even now that what we would call dark magic, or to some death magic, plagues, what even like
What, necromancy?
yes, but even pushing the boundaries of that. They don't have
You actually see a reaction from Garbu when you say necromancy, by the way.
they don't have a stopping point. But what's worse is we don't have a lot of information on them either. They kept themselves out of the guild wars. And when dragons rose, they were what one would seem almost untouched. One could say Raka did a lot of the heavy lifting for them, trying to make sure that Raka stayed afloat. They were trying to make allies at the time with Zelosis and Zetham, but at the same time having a whole grudge match with Ares Gate, so they needed another solid ally. And that's probably what helped Prover stay alive. And so they've been secret about a lot of the things they do. Even... Alright, I fucking passed it. Even Orazulf is hardly seen. So
They've made it very bureaucratic to see him.
doesn't surprise me
I'm gonna
one bit.
use that word since it's my word of the day.
What do you think we should do to to find this place of magical warding? Is there like any signs that we could look for?
Well, it's not necessarily uncommon to see any sort of members from House Atreides venture out from Prover. But typically you won't see them that far, especially up here where they their line of work would almost be brought out quite easily. With that the case, he may not be in any of the cities. Unless he's found a way to be deep into whatever, maybe somehow got something to work for him, which I can't say that even the Imperial Legion or the Templar Senate is 100% perfect, but I at least would like to think he wouldn't be able to get any sort of help from at least them two. Drawridge doesn't have a guild, so there could be a chance there. Zetham is more natured based. They would probably flush him out as well if he was in those cities. But the other issue is both the Templars and the Imperials help protect Drawridge, especially after Hansu incident. And we've
Ooh, talking about Honsu, the last time we saw him was 4 days ago in the Nilborg Grove.
It would be
Did
like
we
Neighbor
see him,
it would
or
be
Did we just see his rim? Like,
it would
what
be
he did?
almost half a week ago. So like pushing like
was like
5 to 6
5,
days.
Yeah, that's why I said that's okay. Fine, is it 5? Like I can't remember exactly. I was just doing it off the
It
top of my
was
head.
Yeah.
3 days back to Stormfair, and then we took a day down to Prover and Raqqa. That's 4, and then we took a day flying up to your town, 5, and then up here. So it's
Okay,
been
I would like touching 6.
days. Yeah.
So like 6 days ago, some shit went down there, and then as we were like sleeping in another place, I heard the dragon fly over and torch a nearby village that was empty. But like that's the last time we saw him. I heard of it. Not saw him. Not so much saw him. More like felt. I've more felt his presence when I was still awake.
Is he going by, what was it, Thunder
Interesting.
King? Well,
What was he doing down there?
So okay, to get you up to speed. I know. Fuck. Like I forgot I already tell you this shit. I've just been so busy, like going from one thing to the next. So I look at Liz. So her shit is kind of complicated, but there's something about a Thunder King, was it right?
yeah.
And apparently said Thunder King.
Bushlicker said something about Thunder King.
Yeah, for the some and like I called guardian entity of the place Vorsticker, whatever that was
Something
called,
like that.
and mentioned something about a Thunder King. And then the dragon flew over and then torched that place where we were the day before. And then it sort of was implied by your god, I think, that they were working together. Didn't we ask that?
I think it was implied by him yelling that we would get the wrath of the Thunder King or something.
I don't think
as
you
we were-
guys asked, but there's heavily implications because the fact
Yeah,
that
because of the fact he said it, I think we kinda
Bush,
just,
Okay.
Bush, even when he was during y'all's combat, mentioned how he will regain his power and follow his leader, who he claimed as the Storm King.
Okay, I'll
Um,
say it
Well,
that
that's
way
what it
too.
was.
And then it just so happenly, like that night, that he showed up creating this symbol, if you will, and kind of putting two together that they are somehow connected.
Oh, you
I
drew
say
the
that.
symbol, right? Show him the symbol.
I showed the symbol.
That that doesn't ring a bell to me at all.
No, but you just wanted to be informed, right, about the dragon and anything related to it. So
That's true. So thank you very much. Seems the plot keeps getting a little bit thicker on this.
yeah, it's kind of, I don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of shit going on. And okay, so Dad, you have to promise me that you're not gonna do anything to her. But like Lucy seems to be very much involved in it as well.
You have my word.
Because the reason why she's traveling it is because I don't want her to be taken by many interested parties, and so far we've been perfectly fine of defending her from those threats.
Okay.
But she, like, I don't know, that entity that's linked to her seems to be in some way connected to the dragon, and I don't know if we can exploit that in some way, but I don't really want to exploit it because it feels like she's still a person, right? And I don't want to just use her to get to the dragon.
How are y'all linked? And she kind of like she's been, just arms crossed listening to the conversations, and then when it's kind of been conversation kind of shift towards her, she kind of like lowers her arms just a bit and just kind of like looks at you like, what would you like for her to do?
I mean, you can tell my dad he's not gonna do anything to you. He just wants to help.
She approaches him and kind of like lifts just a little bit of parts of her armor or her clothing, showing the scales, and he does kind of like look like he leans in a little bit and he's like, can I see your arm? And like, do you mind if I check and touch?
And the scales increased after the events with Bush Ticker.
And as he examines and hearing this, and he's just, well, I would have to check with your mother, but as she's a little bit more delved into this part, I believe this is, to say unfortunately, you're just a vessel to this thing. At least from my glance. I can't tell how connected or how deep, but something like this, either you're being transmuted, your body's being shifted into possibly a reptilian, whether like a dragonborn or kobold or lizard, but with these scales heavily implies of the draconic bloodline. But I mean, you said it increased, like there was more on her than there was previously after this event.
Apparently, this
Yeah.
entity regained enough power to manifest, but then we managed to beat it down. So I don't know. I think it's probably biding its time
I
until
think
next time.
yeah, it's probably trying to regain power again to try again.
How are you feeling? She's. I mean, I still feel slightly tired, but I'm okay. I'm coming. Feel like I'm regaining my strength. And it could be depending on your health, is how this other entity feels the same. I mean, I don't necessarily know too much. It just sounds either the stronger you're getting, he's getting, or put it simply, you are just a cup, and let's just say life is filling you up with this water. You're reaching to the point where you can't handle much more. And that might be where this change could be coming from.
So maybe we should. I turn to Elise. Maybe we should try to meet with the voice and the other guy to see if we can get their help in curing her. That's the only hint we've gotten. I'll turn to Theric. Do you know
Hey.
anything about three entities, two of them being Bahamut and Tiamat, and there being a third dragon? You seem like you know a lot of things. You also have a really nice, really big house. Sorry, I just had to throw that in.
Thank you.
I like the big porcelain thingy that makes things disappear when they go in.
I'd wish you stopped, but nevertheless. I only know of the two. If you're talking about the draconic gods, Bahamut and Tiamat, I only know the two.
Yeah, apparently it's hinted there's a third.
Yeah.
If there was, I don't even think there would be a record of it.
The
There
thing is
doesn't
just
seem to be.
there's just so much going on right now. Like that. I'll be honest. It's like there's so much shit going on in the world in this on this continent alone, and it's like there's so many plots and things working against each other. Like all those attacks, we know that they're related. We know that the dragon is connected to said attacks. It's like there's everything. Like everything seems to be connected. It's just like we're missing pieces, but it's all connected. Like everything that's going on right now is connected, and we've been finding pieces here and there and here and there, and it's like well, like right here, like Lucy is like she's a person and she's a friend, but at the same time, what? Yeah, you're right. She's a vessel. I sort of figured that part out as well because that lizard folk, whatever she did back then, connected that spirit to her when she was dying, in some way, right? And but we could like, and I don't want to exploit the fact that we could potentially get the dragon to come to her if said entity comes out, but I don't want to lose her in the process, right? And then we could maybe get rid of the entity, but then what happens
I
to her?
Each time that she transforms, she's probably going to come closer to the form that this entity wants.
Yeah, but
And
fighting a
that's
clock here as well.
Look, I'm gonna trying to beat around the bush is not easy, and you know, Elise, it's not my forte. I like to get to the point, but trying to be sensitive about this is I can't. I'm sorry. From it
You can
sounds
just
like you're running out of time with your friend here. No offense, but your clock is ticking, and
should we go extreme measures then?
if
Ask the voice.
The voice, I think, still down near Raqqa. That's where we last saw her only a week ago. Something
Something
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah, it was the tournament that we partook in, which was before we went up to Stormfair and then over to. It's been at least 11 days, I think.
So
So she could have traveled a far distance in 11 days. But
yeah, because like the last time when you talked to her, you didn't necessarily ask about like where she was. You just
I
kind of
asked while we
mentioned
were in
something.
Stormfair and was just like, hey, if we needed your. I think I was like, hey, if we needed your help, could we meet up or something? And she was like, I'd be happy to meet with you or something like that.
Yeah, she was very I don't want to say energetic about it, but very ongoing with friendship.
She seemed like she wanted to meet up. She seemed like she enjoyed me sliding in her DMs.
So, okay, so if the time is ticking on Lucy, right? And
I don't. I I've tried all I can to try to find Lyra. The only other thing I could think of is like trying to ask the Platinum Dragon where the nearest place is that he can't see into. But I assume there's probably places here in Crisport that use similar magic
many,
anyways.
many, there's
I
many places that you can't see
if
into.
If
if your father, as he nods to Clarence, uh, is already blocking himself from even powerful deities to see upon him, it wouldn't be a shot in the dark if he knows or has some sort of means to get around. And I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't by magical means.
Hey Clarence, does it strike you as your dad that he would like set up shop in the hometown of the people that his people despise?
I mean, that would make
Just
sense.
to be like an extra spit in the face, you know, like how you guys think we can't be here, but I'm here anyway.
I like it, but I don't know that my dad's a little more logical than that. I think he's looking at things from multiple angles and doing it that way.
But could you see it like this is the last place people will look for me?
That might be it. Yeah. I don't think he would do it as like spite or anything though. It
No,
would
yeah,
just be a
okay, sure. I was
practical.
thinking, I
Yeah.
was putting the emotional side, but I mean, you're right.
Eric, on the note of the dragon, do you know of a place that would contain hidden or forgotten knowledges? Like, you don't know it yourself, but do you know of a place that might contain something like that?
I mean, to be fair, anything could potentially contain some sort of hidden knowledge, but that's the point of people bringing things like that to life so that it can be recorded and put down into, well, history books. But there's a lot of hidden things that I'm sure even the dragons themselves don't know. I mean, they can only recall a certain part of their past. They can't recall their entire existence before they, got resurrected again.
I know at least a few, like Paragon, are currently looking into a certain thing that might help them, but I promise not to disclose that.
Could
I,
we,
dis- I disclose not to promise that.
What? So you're
Now,
gonna
we
disclose it? I mean,
should we go
technically, I
for?
don't break my promise if one of you does.
What do
But
you mean
I
about the
promised
thing?
her I wouldn't.
Oh, it's something old ancient that the dragons are worried about. Anyway,
It
more
involves
more.
something in here, and I pat my bag of holding.
It's like let's focus on the things we came here for. So
Okay.
Luro might be in some magical hideouts. We have no clue where to find them. Wizard shit sucks in some ways because like once you do that, it's impossible to know.
And they could be moving around with magic as well, and then re-popping that out, right?
well,
Mm.
give or take, think of it like this. If you were held captive, trying to move you to places to where you wouldn't either A, wouldn't be found, or just move you wherever I am going. Unless you are extremely willing, it'd be a little bit difficult to have you constantly moving. But it would be easy if I knew for a fact. And he kind of like takes you as he's explaining this, and he kind of goes puts you on one side of the room, and he's like, but it's easy if I kept you here, knowing that you can't escape at all, and I can freely move around this room. And knowing that I can get to you from anywhere else, that your brother might just be stuck in one spot, but just trying to find that spot is difficult alone.
Yeah.
Did we
Oh,
not have
and
hints? Did we not
in
have hints at your dad being up north?
well,
Did-
in theory, we did. We had hints he was on the islands this season, I think,
Did he
before.
leave behind any of his animals?
No,
I was gonna say.
Luro took, because again, he just travels with that little bag that he has, and it was that, I believe it was that night, that he said he was going to go and stay there for the night or
Right.
something.
I think Ace said he left the ram's head for us to give to Luro.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
So
Okay. Okay, and we also take dealing with Lucy the ticking time bomb. So obviously,
What if we ask the voice to meet us
yeah,
in
I was thinking
to go
about that.
back to that tablet?
You know, I don't like her. I feel like there's a lot of shady shit going on, but I mean, I guess
It
for
seems like
Lucy's
our
sake,
best bet for Lucy. We help
yeah,
her with
exactly.
the tablet, she helps us with Lucy.
Yeah, I
It
think
might
we can
be
make
a
that trade.
give and take.
And maybe we find out some other shit, or maybe she isn't as bad as I think. I'm assuming bad shit's
She's a
going, but maybe I'm
follower.
wrong.
I turned to Theric. The voice is a follower of Tiamat, and she comes with another guy who's, I believe, a follower of this third entity, but we don't know really anything about the third entity, and I don't think she does either. I think that's part of this ritual she wanted our help with to discover that.
well, I know very little. I've heard bits of the dragon cult that you're speaking of, but once again, it's not in my realm to focus on.
I think we should take a big swing and see
Should
where it lands.
I show him the stuff? I
What?
can't explain it because I promised not to explain it. I pat my bag when I say stuff.
If there's anyone who's not gonna tell anyone who should know, like as my dad, like he knows who to tell and who not to tell.
I made a promise and I'm keeping my promise. Um, if
It's
someone else
old.
wanted to
I'll
explain it,
fucking say it. Like, so we found some old dragon-related artifacts down under,
I'll
or
hold my
where they
pouch up for someone else to
where
take
they-
the stuff out, trying my
I
best
take
not
it. I
to
take the
break my
thing.
promise.
I just go into like a 20-minute shtick of like explaining what we found, so we don't have to fucking go through it role playing wise.
I
I'll go
agree.
to a shtick of explaining the thing, and then be like, "This is what we found," and that turret dragon, the one that we don't know who he's linked to, has the sword, so we know that the item exists, right?
We know the shield and we know the sword. We haven't seen the bow at
No.
all.
That's
I
interesting.
think
Is
there
Really
was
doesn't-
no information at all, right?
that's something I don't even know about.
No, this seems to be very old. But then, also there was this other old thing that happened when we were like dealing with his I point at Clarence, like his companion, that unwanted companion, where things didn't add up. There was that person said that Zeton was controlled by a faction called the Stone Blades,
Yeah.
and
Mm,
that she lived in a place, and she was saying that the time was, what was it, 10 years or 15 years before our current time, but
No, the bow's
pla-
near Ares Gate. It was the sword we knew nothing about. So we know the bow is near Ares Gate.
Oh, okay. Anyway, like
But-
to talk about like weird shit that happened, like in relation to these artifacts, right? Because they seem to be from a time no one knows anything about. But then this creature or entity referred to her dying 15 years ago in her time, right? She said the date 15 years ago. But then when we came to the place where she died, there was no sign that anything had happened there in 15 years. Like in 15 years, we would see some sign. Nothing was there.
I think I determined there was possibly like it would take at least a century for the lot to become as clean as it was.
Yeah, like it made no sense. Like she said 15 years ago, and she literally said the date, and that was 15 years ago. But when we were there, nothing was there.
Yeah. What was
I'll
your
be
name?
honest. Like that,
You
it doesn't.
guys are coming across a lot of very interesting things.
I mean, we also travel around a lot. Pretty
That's,
cool.
That's true, and it's the whole point of adventuring. But to the point,
Yes.
maybe to her it probably felt different. Maybe to her, I don't know, 15 years was probably 15 years in a extremely long time ago.
We saw her memories.
No, she said like a date, I think, and we thought that date was 15 years ago or something, I
She
think.
said a year. No, she didn't say a
Yeah.
date. She said a year.
That's
And
what I
we
meant.
saw her, and we saw her memories. Like the
Was
whole
there
town.
another like year system before the year system?
No, that is impossible. As
I hate not being so.
as
so
you know you should hate
the
me for deciding that my character never told anyone.
I know. I hate so much. We should just go to the airplane and watch a play about all this.
the imperial system that created this, which again, the imperial system is not here. There is a kingdom way far away that has created this. The Imperial Legion, not Legion, but the Imperial system created this and has started keeping track of it ever since. And this is the time that everybody has gone by.
This is role playing, dude.
I
This is
know.
role playing. But like, I'll be honest, that like, as I said, like, I have no clue what's going on, but
Well,
Clarence saw this town, and it looked nothing alike to what
No.
it looks today.
Well, we
You
don't
didn't
even.
go in alone either. You went with Bolt.
Yeah,
Didn't,
but he remembers nothing.
didn't I roll to know whether or not it was on this plane or whatever, and it wasn't or something?
It was.
Like it wasn't directly our
It
history.
was. I think. No, it was.
I thought it,
It was that. No, it was that town and that place.
I
It
thought
was
it,
the
it
same
seemed
town.
different or something.
Yeah.
Like a long
Well-
time ago.
Maybe I'm misremembering. No, I thought it was a long time ago, but also not.
Out of game, it is the same location, just a very long time before. Which is also why when we went there, they were like, "This plot of land is cursed. No one goes there." And Garbu was like, "Yeah, this place hasn't had a house on
There-
it for at least a century."
from where, for you, Clarence, the way it was is the place and location is the correct place. There is no different
That's
realm or different,
Yeah.
some. It is the correct place. From what you remembered was the area was almost heavily surrounded by forest, implying that this was still a relatively new town that was being created. But then when you see it today, a lot of the forest, specifically towards the side of her house, was removed, and it's almost just a giant meadow. They don't build anything over it. They say that area was cursed land, but like nobody really knew. I don't know if you guys really. I don't think you guys really delved deep into it, but it's kind of like it's one of those. Yeah, that's cursed. Don't ask me why, but that's cursed. Tradition in a sense, and so yeah. But then again, knowing, hearing and seeing that, you guys did speak and did I think a very well insighted check and she has been constantly telling the truth about
Mm.
like time wise, and so that's where things just doesn't seem to add. Current events and time just don't unfortunately mix.
I also go like to my father and like look at him, and I also asked like the thing that helped me discover these powers, what's going on? And they said not now. So I don't know what's going on there, but there seems to be a lot of things going on that we don't know about.
Well, deities tend to have their own agendas and their own things. I don't know if you could
Of course.
look too much deep into that, but I would feel you
mean-
know probably a little bit more than I do on that spectrum.
But this whatever has helped me seems to care.
You
So
think I should ask Bahamut?
but what if they what if
Well-
they all made a deal to not say anything?
Just for
He
me,
would probably just answer that it was forbidden.
just for me, why don't we start at least trying to do a little checklist, and this might help you guys as well. First off, Clarence, your brother. I don't know how else you could possibly try to locate him, but maybe try a different angle. What if you could try to draw out your father in some sort of way? If you know anything that might catch his attention, maybe you can get him to come to you, and maybe you be able to find some sort of clue or indication that if he is, magically traveling to certain places, or if he just shows up out of nowhere. You would know, for an example, if you asked him to, let's say, to meet in this room and he just pops up out of nowhere, then he has something incredible on him to allow such a feat. But if you said, meet me here, and let's say 2 days from now he comes walking in, he may not be able to get everywhere where he exactly wants. And you could possibly use that.
Doesn't tell me anything.
I'm gonna look at Garbu, and then I'm gonna like unbutton my shirt and like, yeah, show him the hole.
So the rest of you can see where it looks, as Clarence kind of undoes part of his armor and undoes his shirt to showcase on his chest. It looks like
That's new.
It looks like he's. A bunch of little cracks kind of go up to a little spot, and it almost looks like it's, which you, being a few days later, it almost looks like it's this spot in a weird way. Like it doesn't do it rapidly, but it looks like it caves in just a little and then goes out just a little, like expands.
Like breathing.
Kinda, but like even slower than that. Like
It's more like the brightness, right?
yes and no. It's
comes
like
in and out.
mostly the brightness, that's heavily noticeable, but just the central area itself almost looks like it's too much.
Pulsing.
Like, yeah, in a sense, like there's too much, and it's like pushing the skin, like it's breaking a little, but not like where like it. Oh man, you could feel it. It's just like an inch or just even less than that, and then it looks like it kind of goes back almost to normal, and it kind of does that again, but it doesn't. It does not match breathing or like a solid pulse of a body.
Also, don't freak out, but Clarence is kind of a living bomb.
Nah, it's not accurate because I would be more like a missile, right? Because I can't do it on there. I have to wait, right? No, I guess
don't
bomb's
know
right.
if the
Yeah,
bomb does it on its demand.
Yeah.
either.
no, that's true. There's a trigger switch.
It only goes off when he's stressed out, so don't stress him out.
Yeah, I'm getting a little worried right now. You know what's that? Maybe if you gave me like $5, I would be less worried.
Don't use your bomb as a scam. Not in high
He's
wizards.
rich. Leave it alone.
He stresses you out and then casts banishment to let you die in a harmless demi plane.
Unlucky. It's
I'll
just that
finally
fucking
figure it out and just be stuck banished.
explodes in that air like.
I mean, you would return here after a minute, but
Yeah, like a minute of like self exploding and shit.
I need to
uh,
look at all these. Okay, so let me.
I wanted to add all the stressed parts so he didn't just like immediately aim a magic spell at Clarence and stress Clarence out.
What? Nah, he wouldn't do anything like
After
that.
being told we brought a bomb in his office.
He wouldn't do anything like that.
It's like they're like now you're showing wizard shit to a wizard. Now it's gonna get spicy.
Hey,
So-
wizard, we brought a magic bomb in your office.
He kind of takes a breath and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna be late."
I mean, I
Looks
think
like
you're already late.
Yeah, it's
been
been
a while.
like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Was it at least a boring meeting?
I'm going to do this. If you guys can stand still and just don't move, that'd be makes it a little bit easier. And you can see as he intertwines his hands and casts a spell. And then he takes like almost like something out, and it's like he writes in the air with this spell and slightly modifies it in a way. And he walks over to you, Clarence, and he's just heavily examining you. Just looking in places, mostly focusing on this area.
Super powered identify.
It's just looking in on it.
Then gives you like
Okay.
a little how do you call it? A little piece of paper. Oh, this is your stats. This is your magic item.
And then walks over to
Opens the
Lucy.
game menu.
He walks
Yeah.
over to Lucy and he's like, "Don't be alarmed," and just kind of goes back into like just looking at her and stuff. Kind of stands
know what?
off and almost like he shakes it off, and you can see just a little bit of sparks of magic kind of like fling off of it. And he's okay.
At least if that just activates console command.
You have a heavy scent of, as he points to you, Clarence. You have a heavy scent of magic.
Thank you.
You are just like that cup that I said earlier.
But so we have 2 cups? No, man.
Sick, dude.
Yes.
Is that bad?
Yeah, of course it's bad.
I don't know, dude. I want to be good. I don't want to be bad.
How to put this? As he kind of like looking at both of Lucy and Clarence, and he kind of like turns around and he turns around, puts his back to you all, and Elise, I will allow you, as being his daughter, to make a insight and advantage because again, he's your father.
Wait. Let's see if I'm positive or negative today. Fuck my life. I'm always negative. This
You
is
could make
so
him
fucking.
roll lower.
He's not trying to like. I don't think he's trying to
He's
deceive
trying to
me. I'm just.
examine them, but
Let's see.
I was just saying make him roll lower to mess up his examination.
23.
Okay.
Oh, I could have guided you. Odd. Oh,
Too
well.
late.
Yep.
I can do the thing.
Do you see her looking at her father, or are you focused on her father? Who's looking at you?
Actually. Nope.
Okay. You, at least as you're kind of looking at him, watching, you see almost like it's almost a little bit kind of hard because the way he's facing, he was already walked away
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of distance away from everybody. As some of you could probably tell, he's not like a close-up conversation type person. But you see,
Is she debating if he should defend his daughter by making sure these people aren't in his daughter's life anymore?
you see almost like uh 2 different flashes. Actually, semi 3, but the third one's kind of hard. But you see like almost like a bright red or like a really coldish blue, and you see it kind of go for a second. You see he just like crutches his fist and kind of puts it back underneath his cloak, and you see as he turns around with just a stone cold face and just both of you are something that I would call a threat
Oh,
Sick. You're gonna arrest me.
I fucked
and
up. I
would
said
need to
abomination.
be eradicated immediately.
Oh,
Promise
that's worse
not
than
to
her.
touch Lucy.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't ask for a
Just
promise.
like
about
at least
that,
just says,
but
"Shh." At least just does the calm down motion to you.
okay.
Whatever you all are doing, this is my warning to you all. And Elise, you hopefully will know better. From the information you all are giving me, that I have been told, looks at Clarence first. I do not know, without further examination, of why you're pulsating with Arcana. From the last time I've met you, you've had no such aura, if you will, around you. With this means your body has increased in its magic and cannot contain the Arcana within.
I know how to draw my father out then.
So you are a bomb. And depending on how big and how much Arcana you have inside of yourself, the bigger the explosion, thus more lives that could be lost. Especially if you were to do it in the middle of town, like the capital of Crisport, for an example. Something like you, I would have you banished, or have you instantly relocated so that. And you can see he's not beating around the bush. You're almost looking down a barrel of a guy who is probably has done a thing or two in order to protect people and has gave 0 fucks about what it cost. And it's almost like
It's Orisa with female. Or with male.
it's
It's Orisa with male.
it's almost like he knows what you all are. You are all friends, especially to his daughter. But in this situation, he cannot have emotion, or his judgment might be flawed.
Mm.
And right now, his whole entire judgment is going on of what the current circumstances are. But anyways. Clarence, I have nothing against you. As a person, an individual, and so far what you seem to stand up for. But as this entity, I can almost not allow this to continue going. Lucy. With the information I got from you, it's only a matter of time until you can also no longer control what happens. And it seems as though he's slowly, this entity, Bush Tricker that you're speaking of, is reaching a point to where he can summon himself, if you will. Now, it might still take him some time. This is something I've hardly have ever heard anything about, especially of this magnitude. Typically, as a vessel, the spirit can only do as much as the vessel can. So even though you could be a tiny glass, nobody can pour an entire pitcher of water into you. You'd overflow. The unknown and the uncertainty of that is the same setup as Mr. Clarence. You are also just another ticking time bomb that needs to be eradicated. And you can see almost color starts to slowly come back in on his face.
I guess we have to go big then.
You all seem to be capable, and I'm trying my best to trust, and hopefully my judgment is not flawed on this. Daughter,
Mm.
while I'm sure you are aware of the circumstances that has been not just me explaining, but probably you've deduced yourself, you continued to try to help them and figure something out. I will do what I can as well.
I think we have our two options in front of us, and one of them nods to Garbo is getting the voice and that other guy to come over here and see if we can separate the spirit from Lucy.
I think best bet
And
is
the other option is, I guess you have to draw your dad out. With that,
Yep.
I think it's time, and we'll. I think we need to. I think we also have our point of where we're all gonna do this. I think we all sort of know where we're going, right? I mean, we're gonna go to the island where Slissy is, get the voice and the thing there to deal with her, get all your family to come up there, and we're gonna draw your father out. I mean, if we're dealing with time bombs, it's time to press the button now
I'll message.
before it gets too late.
And what better place to do it than an island, right?
Yeah,
Should we-
because like least amount of collateral damage.
I'll message the voice if you can message your brother. I guess we're asking everyone to meet in Slissy. Should we just ask the voice to meet directly in that cave?
Here's my other concern.
Mm.
Is doing all of this at once will probably also backfire.
And we're not gonna do it at the same time. It's more that we need people to start moving.
I also doubt they'll all arrive at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. We need people to start moving, and it's
Well-
gonna take a while.
What I mean by that is dealing with whatever happened to Lucy from what you guys spoke about. I have a feeling if you try dealing with that again, you're probably summoning Hansu. Almost like a beacon.
We'd be doing it underground, maybe?
What are they suggesting, that we gather an army waiting for him to fuck his shit up, or what?
I can
Because I
tell
mean,
you
like, this
this.
dragon
There's-
seems to be interested of many.
While a lot of clearly the whole region, I would assume, is still on guard about him. He's a deadly threat who could. I would have to speak to with Nodrid about this. Maybe you can have a little bit of backup if Nodrid thinks this could be a good idea with Zeldron. You might be able to have some sort of backup on your hands.
I
Could also ask
could
Paragon.
maybe ask Paragon. I'm pretty close, might not be the best word, but I know they and Nodrin might not have the friendliest attitude at the moment, but if it ends up with dealing with Hanzo, it might be worth it to them.
Possibly. But keep in mind, you guys are dealing and summoning a very threatening foe. And if everything goes wrong between one chain reaction to another,
Could take out 3 dragons.
I just want you all to be extremely careful.
I mean, what choice do we have, really? I mean,
I doubt we could convince the strongest Gassler to help.
No.
He wouldn't listen to me.
He's
Know that.
him and the Imperial Legion are they're let's just say they're campaigning.
Seems like it, yeah.
And
I mean, they were also in Ravens Valley, in quite a decent force.
They've probably already taken Drawridge, and I know
it's a very easy assumption
contention with-
because that is true. With some of our forces as well being drawn out to have to help cover certain areas, they have squadrons, they have battalions in a lot of places. Right now, we're not having to push into Zetham's territory as they are keeping themselves out of ours as well. And don't get me wrong, this is not necessarily the fondest idea I think our government has done. But the council agrees that as long as Hansu is still out there, we might need to be more fortified and would be fortified more power that we can gather, whether it's by force.
I mean, so as in a way, we'll be the giving. But what if? So say provided everything goes semi according to what we think. Say Hansu comes out, and Hansu gets defeated. Say theoretical, would things go back to normal?
I
If
doubt that he would give up the increased power he's garnered.
No,
seems-
but I like when I say we defeat Hansu, I mean, right?
if Hansu, let's just say if Hansu's body was dragged back to Crisport, no other dragons suffered a heavy loss, and they were able to bring him down successfully, whether captured or dead. I would prefer dead and highly advise it. The council and probably the rest of the region will be able to convince our government to cease its operations, and more likely it will do so. Because when the whole region gets involved, tend to have a heavy influence, especially during the faction wars. But that's a big if.
It is.
I don't think any of the other dragons I've talked to so far would help. Do you think I turn to Elise, do you think Gazarel would?
Which one's that one again?
The steel lady?
Never talked to her.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Yeah, you
Actually, everybody did.
That's the like business lady one.
The one in the
okay,
spa.
Sorry.
That's
I
why I
don't
called her
trust
the steel lady instead of the
I
steel
don't.
dragon.
I don't
'cause she
trust. I don't
presented
trust
more
her.
as-
I trust her less than the Beaumont dragon. You wanna know why I trust the Beaumont dragon more? He seems to be a fucking creature of singular focus and like
Power.
might, power, strength. And literally, if we could literally beat him in a one-on-one, he'd do whatever we say. That one over there, that's a manipulative piece of crap. Who's also a hypocritical, like, ooh, I hate spice, but I also use spice. Fuck you. Anyway, go ahead. I don't think she would also make the trip over and leave her own interest unattended
Yeah, that's
to
what
fight.
I doubt she would help. And I know if I think if Zelor was well, she would try to, but she's not.
She's not well.
Yeah, she's still recovering from her injuries are very grievous. I already used my word of the day. I can't use another. Her injuries were very
Severe.
bad from the fight at the Golden Summit, and she's still recovering.
Just keep
mean,
this
we-
in
what-
mind. Hanzo was relatively one of the weaker dragons. And the second he was turned, took out two of them. While they wasn't near the top, they wasn't no slouches either. And took them both on and defeated quite harsh.
Yeah, we were there. We saw it all happen.
I assume we tried to help heal, and that's part of why she was nice to me.
Not-
I think.
I mean,
And it's only been rumored that his power seems to have grown tremendously.
so that's also another fun time bomb is thing on. Like, if we
Yeah,
let him keep going, he's gonna get more and more powerful.
And that's the thing, is we don't know how he's getting more power.
I mean, we don't know what he's doing in the meanwhile. I think regardless, we need to deal with these things one way or another. And we can't let an agent, not still Lucy, of the Thunder King get out, and we can't point to Clarence, let him explode or become whatever that could be. Like, we've been going around doing whatever, but I feel like now we need to show some focus.
I would say so, but you just got to be careful with how y'all do it. If
I
it's
think
about
it's your father first.
your Clarence, if it's about your emotions, that tends to get maybe even the better of you, and that might what drive this new sense of aura of you. And he kind of walks over to his shelf and pulls out a scroll, and here's this. It could potentially help you if you ever need it. Most of my scrolls, I have tweaked them in a bit to help reduce the time it needs to be cast. But maybe this will help you. And he gives you a scroll of calm emotions that requires a bonus action to use. And it's more the idea of it, it's more like if you know what it is and you know what it does, it's almost like if you can like hold on to that paper and just squeeze it, it's like you're activating it by squeezing it. So it's like you don't have to read the scroll or anything. It's just like
Like a potion.
yeah, in a sense. So for you, Lucy, unfortunately I don't.
He needs to avoid casting magic if you have any way of helping her do
Just
that.
don't do that. Like, that's her choice. Like, you can choose to not do it. Like Lucy, I'm just gonna say this. Regardless, if we or anyone near you gets injured, you cannot cast anything.
I can try something. Hold on. Can he try something?
It's unless you want to have a permanent fucking silence spell on Lucy, and that's rough as fuck.
What about one of those like the collars that you can like put on a mage and it prevents them from doing magic from critical roll?
Mm.
Something along those lines. Or the handcuffs that Vethria had.
There's two options I can go about
should ask
this,
for those.
and either of them is almost taking away a part of you. But it's up to you. And I'm not the one who's traveled with her. It's up to the rest of you probably to help guide. She does seem relatively young. What do you think? I can either speak to one friend and try to help remove any thought that she can cast magic, but that could also come down with some serious consequences of it exploding back if she accidentally figures it out.
I mean, I think right now that she has proven herself to not do anything, even though we were like seriously in trouble one day. So I think I don't think it's smart, and I think we also need to show some faith in terms of like not do anything to her that could backfire, because like we're doing this all in good faith and goodwill, and not because she's a threat.
You have something she could use to like defend herself without casting magic?
I mean, we have plenty of things, like plenty of weapons and things, but I think like it's like how to put this. It's like I think we just need to show some faith,
Okay.
and it's up to us to like go around it the best way, and we just have to deal with these two situations.
Maybe do you know a good tank who'd be willing to travel with us or something?
I mean, I
How
swear
about
to
a
God,
sneaky
Garbo.
guy?
I like you see, like Elise takes another book and like hits him in the face again.
Should we just do our application thing here now?
Sure.
Sick.
Do you want to
But we-
travel with us?
No, my dad can't come. I told you he can't come. He has other things to do.
Can
Did
you
you ever
grill?
adventure in your youth?
Can you
Yeah, he
grill?
has.
Adventure now?
Do you have New Balance sneakers?
I swear to God, my dad's gonna smite both of you, and I'm not gonna stop him.
Can you tell me
Anyways,
Does he
stories
look like
about
he's
your high school
enjoying us
football?
asking him to adventure and joking with him?
No.
you can see while he's not going to denounce the kind of like the energetic funniness that you guys are trying to bring after a lot of him trying to be serious. And he's kind of glad that you guys don't seem to fixate on what he is. At least you haven't really seen him move his hands from his cloak. That's something you've picked up on. Like, he hasn't removed.
Yeah, I know. No, I know that if we do anything fucking wrong, I'll fucking blast him into fucking next year. But you know,
you know, this is almost a big change for him. You know that if there's a threat, he's one of those guys. You've probably heard some stories, but not how depth or how deep they go. But like your father takes care of these to make sure people can survive. And so you know that like that stone wall of him, that like he is not just letting one but two go out of his office and go back into the world.
yeah,
Where
he's
he-
literally he's Orisa fucking Shadowfell part of the campaign. Like just like you're a vessel. I
every
can't let
threat.
you're a vessel. I can't let you live disintegrate.
It's a
on
threat,
the spot.
remove it.
Yeah, like
and
literally
he's
disintegrating shit on the spot.
the rest of you may not. And I'm just not giving y'all the chance because you guys barely know of him as much, but for at least keeping with the same insight, like possibly underneath his cloak, he is fighting hard to not
Yeah.
just eradicate both where they stand.
Yeah.
Hey, I really appreciate you not murdering us on the spot when you found out we were detrimental to society as a whole. I do.
Temporarily. We'll cure it. Solve it.
There
You know,
comes in a
yeah.
time when you do have to have faith in others, or you won't succeed. It's hard, especially when times are tough. I've been in that situation plenty of times before when I did adventure and travel. Sometimes the hard choices are not the easiest ones, but the ones that needs to be made regardless.
How many Reese cups are in that package? I'm sorry, I've been wanting to ask the whole night. Is it like 10, or am I just stupid?
Seems
That
to be a
thing's
lot more.
huge.
There's only 4 left.
There's only 4 left.
Left.
I'm sorry. That
Left.
thing was huge. I was like, what the heck?
How many did it start with?
I ain't telling.
Can I ask you a question?
By all means.
Some people, and I'm not saying any names, don't think that I'm a real person. Do you think I'm a real person?
Define real.
Living, sentient, able to carry on a normal life, like those things. Like, I don't care if I was made in a lab. I just want to know there's no off switch.
In an extremely fast motion, you can see as just almost like a blur of his hand coming out from underneath his cloak, and you can see just a little bead of red as it just fires and like nails you in your shoulder.
Delayed fast fireball.
I'm dead.
No, firebolt.
he doesn't want to he doesn't want to ruin his own office.
His own plate.
But
It would have
He
teleported
tries
me
to
somewhere.
set off a bomb.
let's just do this. Just go ahead and take 9 points of fire damage as it just nails your
stress.
shoulder.
Roll 4 stress. Roll 4. No, I'm kidding.
And as you kind of like kind of get pushed back a little bit and kind of catching yourself on the bookcase behind you, he's like and almost as quickly his hand goes back behind his cloak. You felt that, didn't you?
Fuck yeah, that hurt like a bitch.
That sounds like you're real to me.
I can't tell if your dad's cool as fuck or if he's just a dick.
Being
Column A and
real.
column B.
Being real or alive, if you will, it's what you make out of it. If you try to help people, try to do what's right, try to make something good of your life, you're as real as to any of them by helping them out. Look what you've done to Iron Mare. You're real to
no.
them.
I didn't really do a whole lot there. I just kind of like I helped. I was like the guy that helped. Kind of what I do.
Isn't that
We
what
used to
everybody
try.
does?
Did we tell you about what happened the second time we were in Iron Man?
I mean, he probably fucking knows. It's like right next door.
Okay.
Kind of just like glances a little bit at Garbu and then back to Clarence.
Okay.
You're a real boy.
Even if you were doing evil and wrongdoing, people would feel you. They still consider you real. Because you're a real threat or a real hero. And plus, if that didn't hit you, my books would be on fire, and then I would be extremely pissed. So you seem real. Make that as you wish.
Thank you. But not thank you at the same time. That kind of hurt. No. I get it. Thank you.
I think what we're dealing with you, Clarence, is the same thing what Luro has. And the same thing what your other brother has and your other siblings have. You all have different magically imbued. One would call them gifts, other would call them curses, other would call them just powers. And I think yours is. I've been thinking about it really long and hard, and I've heard about sorcerers who have this wild magic component. And I think it might be that you have that. To an extreme degree. And
Thank
I think it's just time for you to. I think it's time to confront your dad. Like, we're dealing with time bombs, and we were just gonna go to Ares Gate and do whatever. But I think it's time for you to face your dad, and your siblings to face your dad. We want to get Luro back. We need to deal with your ticking time bomb, and then once that's done, then we need to go deal with the dragons.
Should
But we need to
try
get everyone.
should
need to get
try
everyone there.
Yeah. I was gonna say try to find some help, like everybody we can.
Yeah, we get as many people as we can there. I think,
Do you think
like,
Rhyme could convince anyone from Raqqa to come? I don't think she's high enough ranked, but maybe if I ask Zelor,
I mean,
she could
people
send some
in
people.
Raqqa know who we are. Eh?
I'll just tell them the assholes are asking.
No, fuck off.
We're called the assholes in Raqqa.
No, fuck off. I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking
No, I
kill
say
you
that
two
to
for that.
Eric.
Yeah, I said I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna literally fucking channel some dad and fucking fuck you up. Anyway, sorry,
Do
Dad.
you think Zelor might be able to convince them to send some people to help?
I mean, the problem is like the further we look, the further longer it's gonna take for them to get there.
I know, but we don't know how long it's gonna take the voice, anyways.
This is gonna take time and planning.
We're
I
not
think
gonna do it
we
today.
no, we are gonna
Maybe
have to.
tomorrow.
No, but we can start getting people to move in our direction. The relevant people, like your family, they will show up easily, no fucking problem. Those are like the
Yeah.
easiest to get here because they have.
If we see your dad first, we probably could, because I think the voice will take some time to get you.
Yeah, and if you want to have other people show up to deal with this, then that's because I know the Paragon will take you seriously, right? And like the Dragon here will probably will
Pretty
take you
sure if I tell
seriously.
Paragon we have a way to lure him, and we're developing a plan, she'd be up to help.
Like,
We
and we've
probably
also helped.
If you would like Nodred's answer or help with that as well, you would have to keep me informed on whatever the plan is, and I can pass it along.
Yeah.
C-
We need to figure out what
yeah,
the dragon thing
'cause
is, even.
To be fair, if you try just messaging her,
I won't.
she nothing wrong. I don't think she has anything against you guys. I mean, I don't fucking know, but
Eh,
it just
sees
helps.
me as a possible threat, but not a big one yet.
It just helps if it came from somebody that she trusts.
Based on what she said to me, I think she sees me as a possible threat, but not one that has, like, on the scale of whether I'm more of a threat or more of a help, I'm still leaning on the help side, I think. Based on what she said, there's a good chance that if what I'm doing goes wrong, it could kill a lot of people.
that's why we have to do this the right way. Like,
Yeah.
like when we talk to the voice and that other dragonborn, say we figure something out in that from that obelisk, we don't have to act on it immediately, right? We can be like, okay, this is what we're gonna have to do.
I figure
Then
we
we-
word the deal as we help you figure out what's on the obelisk. You help us figure out our friend's situation.
Yeah, and they're gonna help us fucking defeat the dragon.
That might be another deal to make. That
Yeah,
might
then
be
maybe,
acting
but I
on
feel
what
like
we
I
already-
feel like I feel like you can have multiple conditions on the deal, and I think it's no more than fair because like helping Lucy would equal defeating said dragon
That's a good
because
point.
it's gonna come.
But is that going to be the first dragon or the second dragon? Because I assume Lucy will transform again when we try to remove
Well,
this thing.
both. But I mean, the other dragon will show up instantly afterwards, right?
You guys can make an insight if you want, or perception, up to you.
I mean, perception is my
What
highest.
better?
24.
Give me a second to find my sheet.
Clarence, you can do the same if you want.
28.
28.
It's up
I
to
tried
you.
guiding myself.
Do I need to?
I mean, it's just up to you.
You can make me reach 30.
I just
Do it.
I
Nat
offer
20.
it to
Nat
the
20. Aw.
table.
Make me reach 30.
Okay, I'll do Flash of Genius.
Oh my god.
I'm at
33.
33.
So,
Yeah.
Clarence, you're still like trying to work on your shoulder. Like you're talking about pinpoint accuracy this guy has. And like as fast as it was, you were surprised it wasn't like just a wild blast or a big one. It was just like think of like Frieza's death beam, just pinpoint. Like I think there was a joint there. Oh,
Like,
is that
motherfucker.
is that where your glow bark is? No, I'm sure I'll find it somewhere.
Exactly.
So, but for Garbu and Elise, you guys instantly see just almost like Lucy getting pale in a sense of scared because the way you guys are so far talking, it sounds like what's going to happen to her is inevitable in terms of transforming.
Based on what Elisa's dad said, that's what I understood was that
And
she's
that's
a vessel slowly being filled, and that will overflow at some
No,
point.
but that's not. That's what's gonna like. I when I see that, I look at her. I'm gonna be. You know, the thing is, the reason why we even talked to this person I never wanted to talk to is because we're trying to find a solution that the Platinum Dragon said would save you.
When Elise says that, can I look at her dad?
Or is she? Are you referring to your dad or the voice? I guess.
No, the voice that I didn't
Okay,
never want to
sorry.
talk to the voice.
That's why I
Like
was like, I looked at her dad because
no, 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 not no, no,
I
don't say
thought
that.
you were talking
Like
about your dad at
like
first.
what we are trying to do is try to fix you, not try to summon you and use you, because that's something we could do at any given point. We're trying to fix you,
We're trying to
and
remove the risk of Bush Ticker taking over.
yeah, we're trying to separate you from him.
I kind of don't like the terminology of fix because it implies that you're broken, but you're
I
not
mean,
so much broken as you're at risk of him taking over.
I mean, I guess we're
This
trying to fix
is
the situation.
it's
Yeah.
just a
It's a lot,
little
of
too much to take.
course. I mean, but we like. I'm sorry that you're gonna have to do this when you're this young still and you haven't been able to live a life, but this is out of everyone's control, including yours, and we have to do something before it's too late. And it's scary, but we're gonna be here for you, and we're gonna try to call on as many people as we've made friends with to help you.
Would you like a bit of a pick me up? Something to make you feel a little better about things?
What's that?
I just kind of cast something that should kind of calm things down a little.
Don't think we're at that point. I don't think you should hide away from the situation because that's never gonna solve it. It's gonna be scary for us too. Like we're talking about this in a light way, but this is gonna be all of this extremely dangerous, extremely deadly unknowns. But it's what you have to do. It's like one if you can do something, you should do something.
We watched this thing destroy ships. The thing we're talking about coming, we watched it destroy ships just with its mouth, like just with breath.
But we're gonna
As
we're gonna do our best.
your father kind of steps in, putting a hand on her shoulder, and he's like, "May I have a word with her in private? And maybe
Shall
I
we
can."
start? Yeah, we can start
We
collecting the
could go
people we need to.
outside and start casting messages or
I'd
communicating with your brother. Motion to Clarence.
I'd
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of head out, whether you want to be in the little lobby area or like in the hallway itself.
Mm.
But Lucy and him obviously stay behind to talk.
I mean, guess you two go and collect the people we need to collect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to message Gardos, and I'll start messaging Nadrin, Paragon, the
No, you can just
voice.
talk to the voice first because we need to first figure out what we can do with her,
I
and
was just
then once.
guessing how many people I need to.
Yeah, but I
launch
think
it.
I think it's just the voice for now, and like get her to come here because we need to figure out what we can do.
Should I even attempt to message Gazrael to see if she could send anyone for help?
Maybe later. We first need to figure out because first we're gonna have to
Where
do
the
Clarence's
voice
thing.
is, how far she is.
Like we need to know her first, and then we also need to figure out Clarence's situation. I think we're not gonna act on the dragon situation until we know Clarence dealt with Clarence, because that is the relatively easiest one to do.
Between a giant dragon that destroys entire fleets of ships and an
Daddy.
evil goblin wizard,
No.
one seems less scary than the other.
Yeah. Well, you go talk to your brother. You go talk to the voice.
Alright.
I'm gonna sit there and look cool. I'm gonna go recruit someone outside to help us.
Alright, so who wants to
Sending.
go first?
Do you want to go first since you only have one person possibly?
That's fine.
Okay.
What all am I telling him?
Ask him, like, tell him that we're gonna lure your father out and we're gonna do it, and let's meet up in Slissy.
Okay. I just wanted
Like,
to
we're-
double check. Am I giving
yeah,
him
but, like-
everything?
I mean, you can give him as much as you want, and we can discuss it further when they're all there, is in
That's fine.
person. But
Yeah, that makes more sense.
but like we have a plan. Gather the troops.
Hey, big bro. We spoke with Elise's father. and we think things are actually coming to a head, we're gonna try to get a group of people to fight with us and lure Dad out. That's it.
You didn't tell him where.
Oh yeah. Inslissy.
Okay, because one of my questions was, do you
Sorry,
know where?
yeah. I should have said it. I knew I was gonna miss something. I was like, something else. Nah, I'm fine.
Do do you think he's in Zillicy?
From what we can tell, yes,
Or at least the area.
or at least
Yeah,
the area close by.
We're trying to lure him out with Clarence himself.
But we're to a point where my power is growing, so we think we can lure him out that way.
All right. I'll reach back out to Screecher and see if he can double back. And hopefully meet with me and we can make our way north. Valrul and Valorant should already be in Crisport. Should be able to meet up with them, and either we all can attempt to meet at Zillicy, or if we want to try to meet in Crisport beforehand.
We're in Crisport now if you want to tell
I mean, I can technically go on my own and get them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying if you want to tell them we're in Crisport now, maybe we could wait until they get here, then I'll go over.
You know, I mean, yeah, as I said, I can also go and get them. Yeah, I mean,
Maybe it would be better if Elise went and got them and brought them back.
I think so.
Can you ask
Mike?
him where she could meet Screecher and him?
I mean, it's more like where are they right now, so that maybe we can see if there's a possibility of me going to pick them up.
For simplistic terms for you,
Hmm.
one is still in Baymont.
Mm.
The other one would have been informed that he is on his way back to Zetham. He's not there, but he's on his way there. And so double back, as Gardos kind of
If they
implies.
could meet you at that crossroads, maybe.
Mm.
With more conversation, Clarence. And if you were responding this to Elise and kind of being the medium, being back and forth, because it would
It would take me like a day to go all the way to Vermont.
I would say it would probably take them both, since they're, I mean, not that you necessarily know how they travel, but if the crossroads was kind of being a reference point, it might take them both a solid day, but they would be really tired because they would be trying to push as fast as they can to get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be efficient, then they push there. I go there myself. We meet up, then come back. That will take us like 2 days then.
Yeah, you're looking
Something
at
like that.
possibly like a 2 to, if it seems rough, 3 days, but
Mm.
I would
So I
say
could meet them at the.
I'd say at least 2 days the least.
Yeah. Well, guess we can do something like that. I mean, it's gonna be mean that I'm gonna be away from you guys for like a day or two, but I mean, you should be
Yeah.
safe there.
That's fine with me. Do you want us to do interviews while you're gone?
I mean, we could do it quickly now
Good.
before you. We could do that quickly. We have like 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's do it.
I can also do some sending spells real quick.
Go ahead.
I will send to the voice.
Hi, this is Garbu. If we do the obelisk with you, could you help us with solving a problem for one of our friends, please?
Good to hear from you again, follower of Bahamut. I believe we could easily work something out so that not only we can uncover more of the hidden truth, but help your associate as well.
Okay, now logistics.
Yeah, I'll do a second sending. Do you know when you'd be able to reach Slissy or even just Chrisport?
And I could have said do until then. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just asking a simple question.
We are currently in the wilds past Raqqa, but not on the road. Like to help scour the land in case we do happen to run across an obelisk. To get to Chrisport will take a good bit of time to try to get there. But how much time I cannot be certain.
So we have time before that part.
Mm. Just ask her to make her way, and then we'll like we can stay in the area, but it's but she needs to get her ass over here.
Should I try to volunteer that when she does get closer, you could try to meet them, or
We'll figure that one out when we will cross that bridge if we're still alive by that point. Just tell him to
should
come
I tell her to let us know when she makes it to the northern half of the continent? Maybe.
if she can.
Yeah. Okay. She has sending. We've established before
Oh,
because I've
okay.
sent her something and then she sent a response.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking out of character, but
Yeah, that's why I
could have
said. Oh,
sent that in
okay. Yeah.
character. I'll send to her a third time.
If you could make your way up as soon as possible and let us know when you make it onto the northern side of the continent, we may be able to help you make it the last bit a little faster. If it's just the two of you.
That sounds like a plausible outcome that we can attempt to do. We do not have any fast means of transportation, but we will try what we can. I'll let you know when I uncover more of a better location.
Okay.
I mean, I guess they're on their way.
Sounded like it.
That's
I mean,
good.
I assumed they would be on their way because like, this is the thing that I've been fucking raving about. So
I have
Yeah,
two more.
the
maybe
point
one.
is they can't travel fast. They don't have,
oh, so
from what it sounds like, they don't go by wagon or horses or anything like.
They're on
they
foot.
walk.
Yes, and this is probably. I would almost say you guys could probably figure it out, like assumption wise. It's probably somewhat the most efficient way to be able to actually look through areas, uh, in case if it's hidden or anything. Because again, one that they able to find was like underground.
So looking for caves and anything else.
Yes, so
Yeah.
they don't travel fast, and so when they can get to a point that she can understand, like, hey, we are at this specific location that could
That's
be
fine.
easily identifiable, she'll
I
let
have
you know.
It's
another
just
idea that could help them find more obelisks.
that's for later.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
like so okay, so we got that piece that piece is in motion now. The other pieces are in motion right now. We need to go find some more. We need another soul. Let's go find someone.
I could try. Should I try since they're down there asking if they could send some people from Raqqa?
Don't think you. I
I
think
have
you'd
two
rather.
more spells.
I think that you don't ask them. You ask the dragon itself.
That's what I'm doing. I'm asking
Oh,
Zelor if they
okay. It sounded like you were talking to the voice. Like, hey, voice, can you go
No, no,
past
I'm
Raka and be like,
saying
hey?
sorry.
You want us to double back to then.
Yeah, they're in the
Yeah.
wilds past, so it doesn't make sense. But
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I was meaning Zelor.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Okay. I'll shoo shoo shoo. Zelor, we may have found a way to draw out Hanzu and set a trap. Would you be able to spare forces from Raqqa to help in Slissi?
I would have to speak. I don't even forgot who they're fucking called.
With the people who badassly
The
destroyed
the
the shield.
guild.
The
Oh,
people who like fucking
or
smashed the shield and were like,
the clan
bitch,
leader.
this shit fake, yo. Blah.
I would have to speak with the clan horde, but I can see if I can work something out.
You're gonna send fucking Prime, I know it.
We should have asked specifically for Prime. Dang.
Yeah, it's your mistake.
Yeah. Maybe they will send her as like a test for her new position.
Training. Yeah, because
Yeah.
she won 5 times training, remember?
Yeah. I'm sure fighting a dragon counts for something. Anyway.
The next time you guys see her, she's just like the buffest individual you've ever seen. Like, just every step like shakes the earth.
Clarence is just over here like
The hyperbolic
I'm
chamber.
just like,
The hyperbolic chamber has worked.
it's just like remember me?
I- Guys, I could do this and just like go Super Saiyan.
Oh
Um,
shit! You're yellow. You're
Paragon
yellow cat
next.
now. You're yellow cat now. Yeah, sure.
Should I tell her that we're planning something and ask her how soon she could get to Zlissy if
I mean, it's a long term. Like right now, we're
yeah,
talking 2 weeks.
she would make it a lot faster than what the voice would. That's why I'm saying should I like tell her in a couple weeks, in a week or two, we may be
Uh,
trying to trap him, and how soon could she get
Tell her
to
that she
Zlissy?
can make. See if she can make like arrangements for, or plans, whatever you want to call
I
it,
don't
for.
know if we ask her to bring troops, I don't know if an unfriendly dragon to her would allow some of her troops to
I
pass.
mean, we're also gonna have to. We're also gonna have to ask, Slitsy the dragon there, of course. But like, I mean, if she can make arrangements for to send, I would say from her side, I wouldn't say considering it's more sensitive, as you said, like to send like.
The way your dad spoke, I think the way he was speaking, Nodrind and what was the name?
I think Nodrin is not so much opposed to Paragon as much as the.
Zealdrone? Yeah, but I think Nodrin and Zealdrone would probably cooperate to help with the plans as long as he keeps Nodrin informed.
Yeah, there's
Um,
even more Paragon. I think in her case, if she can send like some more elite people to help us out, like
I
a
don't know
small
if she'll
group.
want to. I don't know if she'll want to do that if she'll be away
I mean, it
with
depends. Like,
the
I mean,
current
let's just
threat
say,
from
let's see
other
if she can make some
places.
arrangements, whatever. It's like it's all
I'll try.
vague and shit. It's whatever.
this is my last sending for the day.
Paragon. We might lure Jathler near Slissy in
What? Honsu.
sometime.
Exactly.
Hanzu, sorry, I meant that. Retcon, I said Hanzu, because I wouldn't have messed those two up. Would you be able to come quick and bring people for planning purposes? Time frame, please.
And you're messaging Jathflor, the.
No, I was
Paragon.
messaging Paragon and I said Hanzu, not Jathler.
Oh,
I
okay.
messed up.
It's
Yes.
just like, okay.
I feel like Paragon's gotten enough of my messages to recognize my voice when I just instantly start speaking into her head about nonsense. So I don't think I said this is Garbu.
No.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'll have to check with Tristani, but I believe I can make the trip upwards and try to give support. Currently watching what Jathor does has been putting most of us on alert. So forces might be small, if any.
That's good enough.
But she'll have to make some plans with Tristani and I guess get back. But she's messaged me as well before, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then let's go. You know what? Let's go.
the only person
See-
who I don't know if can no, Nodrin did tell me that she had somebody who could receive and send messages, but I don't know if she'll try to message me or not.
Well, again,
Just
so
message my father.
Or not Nodrin, Zelor.
So many fucking dragons.
Too many dragons.
Okay, so to kind of sum up,
The voice seemed happy, said they were in the wilds outside Raqqa, and
Gonna take it
that
a bit.
sounded like they were gonna come up here, but it would take them some time.
yes,
Right?
they're let's just say they're probably somewhere in between Raqqa and Ares Gate at this point in time.
Yeah, they'll show up at some fucking point.
So they're going to try their best. Because again, they've been doing things, but they supported the idea of trying to help you guys out. Obviously, as well that you guys try to help them out in their endeavors. Raka said that they will try to send some support, but has to check on that.
He has to talk to the clan horde.
Your father said he'll speak with Chrisport, specifically with the dragon itself, and see if that is something. Once you guys have a solid plan of like, hey, this and this and this, like, is what's happening. Can we expect you between these set of days? Like, again, the idea would be like in this 3-day time period, we're trying this. Then there's a possibility that Chrisport can back you up from the dragon's standpoint. Zetham said it supports, and while the forces could be small, hopefully something will come out from that. So two positives, and then two kind of like maybes.
Does your dad want to try to see if Beaumont would be willing to send anything, even if it's just like a small group?
I mean, you could potentially ask. I don't know how.
I doubt Jethler would.
Do you want to? Do you want to put yourself in that position of being?
If we're fighting the big bad dragon, more help doesn't sound like a bad thing, even if they're help that don't like me.
I will say this. It is up to you guys if you want to try to request support from Baymont. Now, if you take let's call it the the secret route by going through Elisa's father, you know, he could probably pull some strings. You may not get like the better, like the greatest fighters, but you probably won't get the worst either. Um, but it's going to be like one of those. If everything does go well, uh, you might. It kind of is up in the air about what would happen if they understand who you are exactly.
I mean, I guess if we get to a bit more wimpy guys, they probably won't know. You
Um,
know, if we get like the normal fights, they
If
probably
we're
won't figure it out.
if but I think if Hanzu shows up, they're gonna look at me, even if it's elite guys, they're gonna look at me and then look at Hanzu and go like, one of these is a bigger threat than the other.
well,
I mean, it's up to you.
it's
My
not
thought.
necessarily the biggest threat. It's just more of, regardless of the outcome, you still committed a crime, and it just determines on, like, did you guys possibly do something really good to stop that crime from happening, because the only reason that crime started was because of the dragon. You see what I'm saying? So kind of cut that out. Maybe you'd be
Yeah.
free.
So you like, yeah, it's
Well,
a
your
thing you
dad
can.
talked as well. If Hanzu's gone, the Senate might be able to convince the government of Vermont to call off the
I mean, it's up to you. I think there's something you can think about.
war.
See if you want to do it as Garbu. It's more like a.
I'd be open to it if it means more likely to stop Hanzu.
Considering that they are kind of close, I think we can wait off with that a little bit anyway.
Yeah. If yeah. I can also
But-
tomorrow try messaging. Why are the names so freaking hard? Gazareth? Gazareth? No.
Well, we can do this. Since we're pushing slightly past time, what we can
We
do
need to
is
go get
this.
Cole in the story as well again. Come on, boys. Hmm.
We
We
go
can.
outside, grab a random guy off the street, and it's Cole.
It's still that
Yeah.
same little orc that you guys saw in Rock. He
He
somehow.
followed
That'd be
us
so
this
fun.
quickly. He teleports.
So, anyways,
That is so funny.
well, we can discuss off screen about who you want to try to add, and next time we can kind of cut some of those easily in half. But we'll get to some of that next time. Sound good? So,
Yeah.
thank you everybody for coming out and joining us. As always, I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful night. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Okay.